Me. Yes, sir. Yes. Hold on. Let's say, turn my volume up. It's Friday, man. If you're not excited about today, that means you probably didn't do what you needed to do all week. You heard? Yes, sir. And make sure as you come in the building that you're liking the video. We need that for the algorithm. And I think we're on LinkedIn Live. I tried to go on Instagram Live. It was acting a little funny on your boy. I think they just do a different stream key every time. So may have to do that one another time. May have to tap in with that another time. I don't think it's gonna let me go on. But we got a good show, great show as you come in today. And it's Friday. Come on now. We're going to be all over the place today. Y'all know how we do on Fridays. Kiki, do you love me? What up, Kiki? Oh, we starting off. I'm starting off in a great mood already. Come on, man. What up, Kiki? For the 3,000 people in the building, just a reminder, Kiki thought I forgot, we are still doing her dating show. It's important that we get to that. Make sure that we have our queens, that we're doing a good job protecting our queens. And that protection comes along with making sure that they have somebody, a responsible leader that they can rock out with, you know, do this thing we call life with. You feel me, Kiki? Real, yo, for real. I'm smiling, I'm joking, but I'm not. Like, I'm for real. We got to make that happen. This is the community that's going to do it. This is the community that's going to do it. Oh yeah, Kiki. Oh yeah, the OG Volume 1 mixtape is completed. Y'all know I'm a DJ. Got some dope songs on there, so y'all let me know if y'all want me to send y'all the mixtape. Y'all let me know that. And let me bring up my notes before the song comes to an end. Big bro, yes sir, yes sir. I told y'all I get amped when I see y'all coming in the building. All right, nah, we only one song today. We playing it one time. What's good, big bro? All right, so just so y'all know the topics, we're gonna talk a little bit about everything. I don't know if we're gonna touch on the Republican debate, man. That thing was actually, I think I do have some stuff on here. A couple different highlights with the debate. Got some border issue stuff. Got some relationship stuff, but from a little different angle than what you may expect. Then we're gonna talk about Dion. Then we're gonna talk about some health tips. Then we're gonna talk. Yo, we even got. I can't believe this. We got a Colin Kaepernick little segment. Then we go into an interesting video that Charlie Kirk put up comparing gym classes then, back in the day, compared to now. And then we got a little way back when, little highlight to make us all feel. If you're over 30, I'm gonna date you. You will feel every day, every year, every minute of that 30-something years old when I play y'all this video. Or if you're 40, 50, 60, whatever, you will remember something. That's a little way back when video. So we're going to go through all this. Chat popping. Chat is popping. Kiki, send me the tape. Hey, Ja, tell him about the tape, man. Come on. I just sent it to Najah. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll DM you after this and send it to you. Shoot you a text. I think I gotta send it through text. The Ja, what up, Ja? Thankful, grateful, and blessed for another day. Grand Rising, beautiful people. Happy Friday. We here. We here. I'm from a city. Hey, Bez, we coming. Deion Sanders' voice. Bez been hating on Deion, man. We're gonna talk about it. Matter of fact, we should tell Khalil to pull up right now. What's he doing? We can have a little convo about it. Shoot, we could jump on camera for it. Matter of fact, hey, Bez, text. We were just texting. Yeah, we be up early, and oh man, hold up. I said they hate it. Yo, Bez is hilarious. All right, so Bez wrote, "I'm from a city where anything go." You heard of Mobile? Check it in, Mobile, Alabama. Bez G, man. Yo, we got 6,000 in the building. Yo, make sure as you come into the building, we appreciate you being here, but please make sure that you're liking for the YouTube algorithm, the LinkedIn algorithm now. We're on LinkedIn Live. Tried to do the Instagram Live, but, I don't think I can schedule it, actually. I think I would just have to jump on, so I may have to end up doing Instagram separately if possible, if that's what we choose to do. But I definitely want to tap in with the Instagram Live because now you can go live with the Creator Studio. So it could be more official, professional, all those different things. All right, y'all know what I do. Hold on, let me mute for a sec. Let me get my nose right, and then we're going to get to the show. Yeah, y'all ain't look away. Looking at me, blowing my nose and stuff. Look at Ja. Ja know the mixtape is all the vibe. Yo, when I transition, I want people to remember two things about me. So when I transition, I don't know, 200, 300 years from now, whenever that is, 400, whatever I decide on, when I transition, I want people to remember me for the two things. One being that he sacrificed, that he just was a walking sacrifice, because that means that I'm giving. That means I'm a giver. I want people to know that I'm a giver, that I care about people and willing to give. Sometimes people care about people not willing to get, whatever. The second thing, that's the thing that is most important. I want people to be like, he was a vibe, man, like just to be around. Like I need people to say that, you feel me? Yeah, because what they're basically saying is that you make people feel good. And that's why I love music so much, and especially sharing music, because you can literally just make somebody feel good just by figuring out what songs to put. I'm gonna start off, hit them slow, start off with, then we're gonna get them going with the Afro beats, then we're gonna calm them down a little bit, may throw a little bit of, little Toxic Brent in there a little bit, like it, and you're just taking somebody on an emotional journey, like a little story. So I don't know, I like it. So long story short, hit me up, I'm gonna shoot you the mixtape. And yeah. All right, so today, no reading, and I'll tell you why. No reading today, because yesterday, as I was thinking, I was like, I was forgetting the check-ins that we used to do, or I was reminiscing, I should say, missing the check-ins that we used to do. A lot of y'all don't know that we used to get up early and check in every day at 6, and somebody would just share, a lesson for the day, whatever that may be. And then we would just, be from about 6 to 6:15, and we would carry on throughout the day. So I was missing that. And one of the lessons that I think that we first touched on when we were doing our 6 a.m. check-ins is one that kind of was sparked yesterday. And it's the fact that we don't realize that every day we're trying out. Every day is a tryout. Every day is a tryout. And it goes back to, remember that, what song was that with Big? My first song, when Big comes on and he's talking about Puff, and he's talking about, my man Puff told me the key to this joint is just to treat every day like it's your first day interning, your first day on the job. And we all know that first day feeling, when you're on the job, you hungry, you excited, you're showing your appreciation for that particular opportunity with your effort, with your focus, with your personality. You're embracing the work culture. You're smiling at everybody. You're really being a team player, and you really just are more concerned with adding value because you want to prove yourself. You want to prove that you have a certain level of value that you bring to the overall team. And what happens as time goes by? What happens as time goes by? We become more and more entitled to the point where it's like, well, my value now is just showing up. And I never want us to get to that point. And I'm always thinking of different ways where I can gain an edge, just for myself to become better and better every day. And I guess yesterday what I embraced was, every day is a tryout. And it can be in various areas of our lives. It could be with our family. It could be within our overall community. It could be within our religious group. It could be in school. It could be with our club team, or our football team, whatever it may be. We have an opportunity every day. And a lot of these opportunities that we're trying out for, we're not even aware of. And I'll give you an example. Last week, my homegirl called me, and she's in the medical device industry. And she was asking, she said, hey, do you have anything? I haven't spoken to her in a while. And she was like, hey, do you know anybody that would be interested in this type of position? Now, those type of positions with the medical device and sales, like normally you can't just go right to that. Like normally you have to do like some type of sales, low level or whatever they would call it, inside sales. Then you have to move up, maybe do, some type of outside sales, then go to pharma, then maybe go to medical devices. And I was sitting here and I was like, I didn't really think of anybody. And perhaps if there was somebody, in my life that I just automatically thought of, because when it comes to recommending somebody for a job, let's be real, you got to be careful with that. Unless you trust somebody, especially if you're working there, like all that cool stuff, friend stuff goes out the window when it comes down to, all right, I work for this particular place. But now if I'm recommending somebody, I'm vouching for them. And we know how that can be, where it's like, nah, they be showing up late. They be not trying to work. They argumentative, all these different things that you just experience in your regular life with that person is going to impact how you see them as far as fitting in a position that may be an opportunity for them. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I intentionally thought of somebody and was like, nah, but the fact that I didn't think of anybody, that says something as well. And I think that I've been in these same situations. I'm sure we've all been in situations to where we just happen to run into somebody and there's an opportunity and we end up, jumping on it, and it may make sense. It may not make sense. However, we are always auditioning, like everything that we do. We're always auditioning. We never know where and when our next opportunity is going to come from. So for me, it's just very important, any situation that we're in, for us to look at it as if it's an opportunity and a tryout for something better, a tryout for an opportunity that may not even be there. And the best way for me to make sure that I'm maximizing my opportunities as far as how I look at it as trying out is just picking out little things every day to improve on. I know that if I can improve on my temper, in this area, then it's going to lead and open up other doors to opportunities that may, not necessarily be there while I'm still stuck as this type of person. So all these things, it works, energy, frequency, it all works the same. And the opportunities are no different. What we put out, those are going to be the opportunities that we attract. So if we're not putting out, certain energy to where our friends are comfortable, let's say, if our friends are not comfortable recommending us to a job, then that's something that we should look at. You know what I mean? And maybe that's something that we could ask, would you recommend me for a job? Or, just play a trick on somebody like, yo, is your spot hiring? Ask them. Because then you will get some realistic, your people, when it comes down to that, they will tell you about you in a real way. It's like, it'll be like, yo, bro, like, you can't be on no late stuff, man. Nah, I ain't going to be late. Nah, for real. Like, I'm putting my name out there like, bro, you be late. Like, you're always late. Yeah, you be arguing a lot. Like, come on, I don't like, sharing my personal business on it. Y'all know how this goes. So treat every day like it's your first. Treat every day like it's a tryout. Treat it like that first day where you're interning and you're just coming there to say like, yo, I'm adding value in wherever area I'm in. And I guarantee you opportunities will present themselves that come from places that we didn't even expect them, we didn't even know that they were there. Certain doors are going to open up. So let's just make sure that we're staying in that giving mode and never, having anybody think of us as a taker, as a selfish person. People that are givers, those are the ones that get the opportunity. So now that we got the gospel out the way, hold on, let me catch up on the chat. Bez wrote, excuse me, Father God, I need a favor, like straight up. If I ever go to sleep hating on a nigga, don't let me wake up. Hey, yo, somebody take Bez's phone. Keep it coming, Bez, because the message is there. I see it. I see the message. Yeah, I see the message. Yo, what's the takeaway on that, Bez? Yo, nobody should be going to sleep thinking about anybody else in a hating way. You should have your little script that you say before bed. It used to be, now I lay me down to sleep, I pray to the Lord. Yeah, it used to be that. Now I have something else. I got mine. I got two things that I say before I go to bed and when I wake up. And it's letting the universe know exactly what it is, you know what I'm saying, and what I'm expecting. So shout out to Bez for the lyrics. All right, so now let's get into the veggies, man. Let's get into the veggies. All right, so I think this video is on YouTube. So like I said, we're going to talk about, we got some border issues. And it's to the point where I was sitting here the other day. Look at the irony here. Look at the irony and we've touched briefly on this before with all these people that were screaming out, so proud to be sanctuary cities, so proud to say, oh, you can't turn these immigrants away. There's kids, there's mothers, there's all these. The same people now complaining, saying they can't handle it. So I'm sitting here and I was like, yo, why would they be bringing in, all these people? Like, why would they almost, they know that if people in these southern countries, if they hear that the United States is being lenient and lax on the borders, we know what's going to happen. We know exactly what's going to happen. So this is what, I was kind of questioning. I'll just share this video with y'all, just to kind of set the tone. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm going to center my camera. I'm a little off, but y'all take a listen to this video. Give it for people that may not know what's going on. Here you go.
Border towns across America being pushed to the limit again. Tens of thousands of migrants crossing illegally. Part of a surge that started earlier this week. Scenes like this, lines of migrants, mostly from Venezuela, crossing through barbed wire and across the Rio Grande, forcing Eagle Pass, Texas, to declare a state of emergency.
You heard they were allowing mothers with children.
Migrants we spoke to say this surge was fueled by rumors that the border was open. This mother tells me she crossed the Rio Grande with her 7- and 2-year-old daughters, carrying them on her shoulders. But they're the lucky ones. A 3-year-old child swept away in a similar crossing on Wednesday and drowning. And just yesterday, Texas officials pulling another body from the river.
We know this problem had slowly been growing, but why is it so bad this week?
The facts are that the cartels control who goes where and when, and they determined that this week was the week it's going to happen.
The Biden administration now sending 800 military personnel to the border to help process the arrivals.
It is a crisis. It's something that is out of control.
In Eagle Pass, a town of less than 30,000, they had 2,500 illegal crossings in a single day.
So what do you need here?
Everything. We need kids' clothing, women's clothing, shampoo, hygiene items.
Valeria Wheeler runs the only shelter in Eagle Pass, and it just opened this week. With little room and few resources, most of the migrants she's helping stay for a few hours before heading to big cities like New York and Chicago, which now are also overwhelmed.
We're a very small town. There's a lot of resources that are needed, not only for us,
This
for the
is
community,
wild.
for the city, for the county. And this is a very, very impoverished county.
Real quick, man, y'all tell me Well, I don't want to ask y'all political views, but give me your insight. Give me your feelings on it. Let me ask a question. All right, what question would I ask? When I'm looking at this, the question that comes to mind for me is, well, the first word is just damn. Like, you know, when I hear that lady describing, you know, bringing her 2 young kids on such a dangerous journey, I'm over here like, yo, I need to appreciate where I'm at more and more. I don't think we can fully comprehend the journey that these people are going on and walking on, or I don't know how they get into the border. I don't know how they get into the border. But there's a lot of us that won't venture out and move into the next town. And these people are moving, are walking and trying to just shoot their shot at getting into America from different countries. Like really walking with their kids and putting their kids in this dangerous position just to get to America. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. Second thing is a sense of sympathy, to where I feel bad for the people. And there's a certain level of emotional attachment there that I think we just have as human beings, to where we feel bad. You know, these people are looking for a better opportunity. And then the third thing I think of is we got to stop them from coming. There has to be something done. And like I said, I go through these different thoughts, but at the end of the day, it's just like if I had a home. If I have a home and let's say I have a family, I have my wife, let's say I have 2 kids, and, you know, I'm bringing some kids into the house, you know, to have them come over for dinner, whatever it may be. And if I bring them into the house, it's cool, right? It's cool because, you know, we have enough, we got enough food to feed, you know, a couple more. But now if they ask to, you know, come over more frequently, if they're at the house maybe every day eating, maybe if there's now growing in numbers, now I'm neglecting my own family, because now it's to the point where I can't handle. Now, shoot, my kids, I'm taking away, you know, rations from them. I'm taking away, so, hey, you're going to have to eat a little bit less so we can spread this out. Now, it goes back maybe to the conversation that we had Wednesday. Is there a right or wrong? Some people would say maybe that is right. Others would say, and what I'm aligned with is I got to take care of my family first and foremost. And when my family's whole and I have that cup, you know, where we can pour from, or if it's overflowing or whatever, but I need my family to be the first priority. I need their care, their health and well-being to be the first priority. And if people are coming in to the point where it becomes dangerous or an environment that is not positive for my family, then what do I have to do? I have to make that tough decision to tell people like, yo, y'all can't come here no more, you know, or, hey, it's capped out. You know, we gotta give me a sec. You know, we got to maybe get a bigger house, you know, maybe when my kids, you know, they're graduating, then I can bring in more, but it just is what it is. And I say all that because I think that the Democrats, I really think this. I was thinking about this in the shower earlier. I was wondering, I was like, why would the Democrats even do this? Like, it's just bad press. And then I kind of figured it out. They know that they need to replace black people. Democrats know that they need to replace black people. We think they're stupid. Sometimes we think they're foolish, but they see the numbers. They see what's happening, and they know that it's becoming harder and harder for them to control their black base. They know that more and more black people are sliding across to that Republican stage, or at least, you know, like, hey, I ain't with y'all no more. I may not be over there with them, but I ain't with y'all. A lot of people are waking up to the BS, the baseless promises, the programs that we're realizing are more detrimental to us, that just keep us in this state. We're no longer just listening and going along with the whole Biden, well, you ain't black unless you vote for me, or, you know, obviously with the Democrats. We're getting beyond that. And as we grow beyond that, they're realizing like, yo, how are we going to sustain a base? Like, where are we going to get our new group of victims from? Where are we going to get our new group of victims that rely on us, that need us that we can control because we know that they need us from a financial standpoint to be here. We know that they have to rely on our support. We know that they'll be more likely to support us because we're the ones on our side that are letting them in. So they'll vote for us more. And I really believe that that's what's going on. And I really believe that that's why Biden and the Democrats, they're taking the heat. You know, they're even taking heat from their own party. And I don't know whether it's all staged when you have like a Mayor Eric Adams, who's a Democrat, coming out saying this is going to ruin the city and all this other stuff. I don't know whether they're like staging all this to where it's like, all right, well, you know, let this amount of people in, then start saying that so we can at least look, you know, dignified and shutting it down when we do shut them down. But we need X amount to get in here every so often because that's going to be our new base. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. I don't know if these people will end up being citizens. I don't know what ends up happening if they're thinking 50 years from now, because, you know, obviously if the child's born in the United States, as of right now, you know, I believe you're a U.S. citizen. So I don't know whether this is a long-term play. Y'all tell me. Tafari just wrote something. They are hiding something, or they about to do something sneaky and need these people to mask it. Yeah, I think it's just about support. I think it's about support because they know that they're going to get certain backlash with this, and they continue to do it. And is it right? Is it right for? Let me ask the chat this. Is it right for us to let me not even say that, because then an easier question. Do you all acknowledge, or do you all think that we have a problem at our border? Or do you think that we should just let anybody in as they come? You know, if they knock, let them in. If they knock, let them in. Like, what do we think? And I know there's been different instances where some of the people that came in, I believe, I don't even want to say that because I know there were some issues as far as some of the people coming in and certain like crimes that were committed by some of them. But I mean, people are going to commit crime. Obviously, there's going to be good people that come in, bad people that come in, Trump voice. But yeah, so that's just really what I wanted to focus on. I don't think we need to hold on. Let me see. I think we got through most of the video, what I wanted to play. Maybe watch a little bit.
Now, largely because of the scenes of what we saw in New York City with those shelters overcrowded and Democratic leaders going from calling New York City a sanctuary city to now saying, please do not come. The Biden administration has granted nearly 500,000 Venezuelans temporary protected status, essentially letting them work legally so they can help themselves and support themselves. Some are saying this is going to help the situation in New York, but many others are saying this is going to only entice others to keep on coming. Guys, back to you.
All right.
And that's my issue. Like, when you don't have a hard border shut down, like when you don't have a president that is at least saying things to turn people away, people are going to come. And when you just keep allowing people in, like, people are going to come. It's like telling your boyfriend, stop cheating on me. But every time, you know, you cheat on him, every time he cheats on you, he comes home and you just make him a sandwich, or you make him like an amazing meal. It's like, why would I stop? Like, what do you mean? I'm gonna keep like, yo, it's even worse than that. Like, that was even a bad analogy. No, it's like if people are coming because they are literally thinking that they can have a certain life here, a dream here, people are gonna keep coming. So unless, you know, we're hard on them saying like, yo, you're getting turned away, you're getting deported, you're getting all this stuff, it's going to keep happening. All right, so Bez wrote, Mayor Adams said we are going to lose this very city we love due to what's going on. Yeah, Mayor Adams said that now, but a few months ago, Mayor Adams was celebrating, you know, New York being a sanctuary city. Like the Yonkers mayor, Ben, came out and said this months ago, where he was like, yo, we can't take in all these people. And this is when Mayor Eric Adams and the rest of everybody they were on board with it, becoming a sanctuary city. And that just goes to show us these people are coming from the southern border. The people in a lot of these quote unquote sanctuary cities in New York, in Chicago, California, I don't know what the other sanctuary cities are, but a lot of these people, let's just talk about New York specifically. It's easy for the New York City mayor to tell people in Texas, you know, coming across y'all should be able to house those people. Y'all should be. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all should be able to house them. But now, okay. Now when it's like, oh, okay, you want to be a sanctuary city? All right. So when they come into Texas, we'll bust them to New York. Oh, but now when they're coming to New York, it's becoming too much of an issue. Oh, you wanted them to come in, but not to New York City, right? Like, let them stay in Texas. It's just like Mexico anyway, right? That's what y'all was thinking. But now when they're in New York City, it's an issue. Now it's, yeah, we can't handle this. This is going to destroy New York City. Bro, call out your people. Call out your people. Call out Biden, and don't keep calling out and saying, well, we just need more federal support. We need support. No. There is no support that's going to amount to us being able to take in this amount of people to these cities. Call out Biden and say, yo, I don't know what's going on over there. We need to shut this down. But everybody plays teams, and everybody's going to, Eric Adams, I'm surprised that he had it in him to even say what he did say. But that's why I think that they're all just, I don't know. It just seems like everybody's playing games. Who trusts these politicians? All right, so now we're going to move on to another. We're going to look at some of the highlights from the Republican debate. I should have those queued up on YouTube. I don't know who saw the debate. Who saw the debate? All right, so I watched it yesterday. I didn't watch it live. I watched it yesterday, and it was one of the. It was childish. It seemed like very childish, and I'm not even saying that's a bad thing. I don't know if it's good or bad, but that debate, it was like I noticed a few things from it. For one, I noticed that women are allowed to. It's to the point where women are allowed to attack men on these stages, these debate stages, and they're leveraging their femininity in a way by, it's like what's the name? Like Nikki Haley came out and told Vivek, every time I listen to you, I feel like I'm getting dumber and dumber. Like if somebody else said that, it would be like, yo, that's just not politically correct. Imagine if Trump said that. Like, it would just be, honestly, if he said it now, it'd be different. We'd be laughing at it. But if he said it before, everybody be critiquing him. But I noticed it even with Kamala when she was running. But that was just a little something I took away. Let's take a look at the video because I want to. The biggest thing that I looked at or that I felt when I was watching these candidates is I'm like, yo, like there's a reason why Trump won, and y'all tell me if I'm off on this. I think there's a reason why Barack won. And these type of people, I think there's different paths to win. These people are corny as hell. Like these kids could not have been. I know, and I guess Chris Christie. I think he went to Livingston High School. I think he was the class president. I don't know. Maybe he was just the little fat funny kid running around. I don't know. I'm just being honest. And making everybody laugh. I don't know what it is, but. And Christie, to be totally honest, he has the most kind of charisma, even though it's corny. But for a lot of them, I'm just looking at like, yo, y'all are corny as hell. Like policy to the side. It's very hard to get past just the corniness. And I think a lot of it is because a lot of these, the politicians that we're seeing now, like compare them to a young person like Vivek. And what I noticed is Vivek is just being himself. Like whether you like him or not, it is what it is. Vivek just being himself. A lot of these other politicians, with Barack maybe started it, with just being more cool. But when it comes to Trump, I think he set it over the top where it's like your personality means a lot when you're running for these things. And when I saw Trump not at the debate, it was funny. All of them were talking about Trump, and I'm going to get to the video. One sec. All of them were talking about Trump, but I just noticed, I'm like, yo, they can't compete. It's like, yo, nobody, like, they don't even have the personalities. Like, I don't know. So I think that they came up and being politically correct and standing on this. And, you speak like this. And now they're trying to transition to create a personality that either was never there or that they changed a long time ago. So I don't know. My fault going on my little tangent. Y'all know what I do. All right, let's take a look.
To the second Republican debate of the 2024 primary, live from the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California.
Joe Biden should not be on the picket line. He should be on the southern border, working to close our southern border because it is unsafe, wide open, and insecure.
Look, I do disagree with something Tim Scott just said. Joe Biden doesn't belong on a picket line. He belongs on the unemployment line. As President of the United States, I'll be standing with workers all across America, and I'll be standing for the right to work of every American to join a union or not join a union as they decide.
If the government shuts down, should voters blame populist Republicans?
Voters should blame everybody who's in Washington, D.C.
Where's Joe Biden? He's completely missing in action from leadership. And you know who else is missing in action? Donald Trump is missing in action. He should be on this stage tonight. He owes it to you to defend his record where they added $7.8 trillion to the debt.
And I want to look at that camera.
How dare you talk about my boy?
I know you're watching. You can't help yourself. I know you're watching, okay? And you're not here tonight. Not because of polls and not because of your indictments. You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record. You're ducking these things. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
You have said slaves develop skills in spite of slavery, not because of it. But many are still hurt. For descendants of slaves, this is personal. What is your message?
Yo, I gotta stop it. I wanted to play it straight through, but did y'all see how corny like these people are coming across? It's like bad acting. It's really just bad acting. And I think this is just the space where a lot of our politicians are in right now. And this is why they can't compete. They can't compete because Trump's gonna come up there and you're gonna feel him just being himself. Like you're gonna feel him just being himself. You may not like it, you may like it. It is what it is, but we're getting to the point where the more that we understand Trump, it's going to get bad. And that's why a lot of black people are leaving the Democrats. And Trump, I think he got 6% or 8% of the vote, of the black vote when he won. And then he got 12 when he lost. And I think now the polls are saying that he's got 20%. Yo, we're starting to see, like, I don't know. And they're just so corny. Like, even with DeSantis talking about Trump, like, bro, knock it off. Trump gave you your juice. He's the one that put you in that position. Like, knock it off, bro. And now he heard Pence's jokes. Like, everything is just corny. Tim Scott up there looking like a square. But I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just corny. Like, it was just, you know what I mean? Like, these weren't the guys. These weren't the girls in high school. And I think that is starting to come out more and more as politics shifts to people just becoming more and more themselves. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
To them.
So first of all, that's a hoax that was perpetrated by Kamala Harris. We are not going to be doing that. Second of all, that was written by descendants of slaves. These are great black history scholars, so we need to stop playing these games.
There is not a redeeming quality in slavery.
You could tell that's when DeSantis, when he was just being himself. Like, yeah, we need to stop playing these games. I actually like that aspect, but hold on, let me catch up on to my fault. Queez wrote, or Bez wrote, there's a process. Queez wrote, sell yourself and finesse. You know what we do. Shout out to Swag. Bez wrote, cheap labor. That's another one. That's another one why they cool with a lot of these people coming over. Cheap workers. Americans ain't working. Damn, Bez, that's a fact. I don't know if that's been the case with y'all. Every single restaurant it's like that we go into, their service is just terrible. And you can tell they're trying, but they just don't have the staff. And I guess because people demanding, people entitled, thinking you could get jobs that we was making $5, growing up. $5, that's how much I was making at McDonald's. I think it was $5.75 an hour. Now these people want 20, 25. I'm like, yo, we can't sustain that. That's what the owners are saying. So now they're not trying to, hire as many people because, their pockets, they trying to hold on to their margins. So it's just Ant laughing. But they always been corny though. And that's the thing. Like it's shifting. And they understand. It's almost like with basketball and football. You know how football kind of shifted to more of a passing league. So a lot of the safeties, like let's say that type of position you playing at, it changed where they don't want you don't have to necessarily be the guy that's just going to be tackling and filling the gaps and everything like that. Nah, they want the guy that can hang back and get picks. Like, it just is. If you don't adjust, then you're out. And I think that's what's happening with a lot of them. They've always been corny because a lot of, I guess, how they saw politicians in the past, they were corny and they're trying to mimic them. And now you get Trump who comes on, and that's why he just stands out. I mean, even Barack to a certain standpoint. You know, you get these type of people that are charismatic, with personalities that can make people feel good in the room. And that's always going to be the number one thing. You know, you could talk policies, you could talk this and that, but like, would I follow this person? Like, would I want to have a drink with this person? All these things come to mind. Queez wrote this shit like WWE. It's a fact, bro. It's a fact. Like this, watch. It got uncomfortable at certain points. I'm like, yo, they arguing like some little kids. You can't even hear who's talking. But these are our best. These are our best.
We need to stop playing these games.
There is not a redeeming quality in slavery. He and Kamala should have just taken the one sentence out.
I have a radical idea for the Republican Party. We need to win elections. And part of how we win elections is reaching the next generation of young Americans where they are. So when I get into office, I've been very clear. Kids under the age of 16 should not be using addictive social media.
This is infuriating because TikTok is one of the most dangerous social media apps that we could have. And what you've got, I honestly, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber for what you say. You've gone and you've helped.
That's too much, yo. I'm being real. That's too much. That's too much, yo. And I'm not saying it's too much for her to say it. What I initially said, it's too much for me not to bite back. Like, I'm getting personal. And maybe that's me not embracing all my newfound stoicism. But nah. If you take a shot at me, it just is what it is. But that was just one of those quick examples that I was referring to. I don't know. Y'all tell me, is that too much? Am I being soft? Maybe because she was just attacking my dog Vivek. I like Vivek, so maybe that's why I took it personal. I took it personal.
Make medicines in China, not America. You're now wanting kids to go and get on the social media that's dangerous for all of us. You went and you were in business with the Chinese that gave Hunter Biden $5 million. We can't trust you.
Polls don't elect presidents. Voters elect presidents. Right. And we're going to take the case of the people in these early states. We're going to do it in a state-by-state direction. And why? Because as Reagan said in his day, this is our time for choosing.
What y'all think? What y'all think is going to happen moving forward? What do y'all think is going to happen moving forward? And they asked them. So, as a matter of fact, a couple things. If you did watch it, who do you think won? If I had to choose somebody that won the debate, I would say Trump won the debate. I think the first debate, I was impressed with how Vivek handled himself. And I think Vivek, I don't care what anybody says. Vivek's running for, like, he's strategic. He's going for vice president. And even as you watch the debate, Vivek is the only one. Everybody else is going at Trump. And Vivek is like, yo, Trump was a great president. Let's just be real. However, we just need somebody younger and hungry who has exactly what made Trump a great president. Somebody who's not establishment. Somebody who's, coming from a different perspective than traditional politicians. And he's just saying, like, I just have a little bit more of that in me right now, just based on my position than Trump. But he never disrespects Trump. He's running for vice president. I'm being real. And I think that he probably will. He will have the best shot at becoming vice president or having a significant role in Trump's presidency if Trump wins in his cabinet. I really just think that Vivek is, there's just something about him. There's just something about him. And I think he just reads the room well. He even made a comment at the LA where he was like, something so key. Let me give y'all, I wish I would have had the video, something that Vivek did at the debate that I was impressed with. You know how, you ever been in an interview, and they ask you for your three, what are your top three qualities that allow you to be successful or something like that? And you'll say something like, oh, I'm a hard worker. I work well with, others. And I'm just, extremely passionate about what I do. And then they'll ask you, well, what are three traits that you can work on or that you may struggle with that, may hold you back that you want to improve on? And you just say the same three traits. You don't really say, oh, well, sometimes I'm late. I'm late a lot. I got to work on that. You don't say that. You say the three, you use exactly what the positives were, but you just talk about them in a way to reinforce that they are positives, but you talk about them in a way to where you understand how they can bring different challenges up. I'll give you an example. Well, with me being so passionate about stuff, it sometimes, I understand that, I can get so obsessed with just finishing a task that I'm not spending time doing anything and everything. All I'm focusing on is this particular task. And, that could play into, me not necessarily having as much of a social life or just even on board with the team to where, I'm constantly pushing myself, and I don't want to rub others the wrong way, but that's just how I am. When I start a task, I just have to finish it. Now, you just told them really just something positive, because think about it from their perspective. They're just like, yo, we want to hire this person. Like, this guy just said that he's passionate. Like, this is the type of worker that we're looking for. Everybody else is lazy. They feel entitled. No, this is the type of guy that we want to bring in. He's gonna help us elevate the standard of you get what I'm saying? Or you'll say something like this. Because what did I say? I said hardworking. I said works well with other teams. And you could say like, hey, one of the things that that I do notice that may hold me back. You could start saying something like, when I work well with others, like, I like taking on a leadership role, to where it's like, I'm first leading by action, I'm doing all these things. I just want to make sure that I'm bringing as much value to the table as possible, but that can become intimidating at certain points. So now what I've learned is, you kind of got to, scale it back to just fit in, just fit in your role, even if that's, maybe, not necessarily fulfilling your potential, but you're just kind of just playing your role. And because in the past, I'm very much just like, hey, I want to be a leader. I want to play whatever role on the team that I can play. And that has caused maybe some issues here and there. I don't know what you would say, but the point is that you're saying a negative, or you're giving them really a positive, but you're just kind of flipping it away. And I went off on a tangent to pretty much just say, this is what Vivek did. Vivek he went on there and he said, you know what? I know that, I may come across as young and just, super ambitious. And, the fact that I just want to come up here and just make a change now. And, you may sit back and think like, who's this kid? He thinks he's smarter than everybody. It's not that. But I'm just so confident, just based on, I know that these people on stage, a lot of them will probably be a part of when I'm the president. I will get the smartest people in the room. Like, he just finessed it in a way where I was like, yo, all those people that do not like him, he just brought up every single point as to why they don't like him, and flipped it in a way to where now we would be empathetic and more sympathetic of it and damn near root for it. Because they're like, yo, well, of course he's ambitious. We want him to be young. Matter of fact, I was like that when I was younger. So that's something that we can work with. And he said that he's open to working with people, and that's what makes him so confident. You get what I'm saying. All right, so let's leave that there. We got a little touch on that. Now we're going to get into Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders. All right, Bez, you ready? So as I told y'all before, Bez, actually, we were just talking about this in our group chat with Khalil. We're supposed to do a show, Khalil, Bez, and I. But I want to show y'all one of Deion's biggest haters, besides Bez, has been good old Jason Whitlock. So I'm just going to show y'all a clip of this video. And I'm sure that you've heard of, Deion obviously being the Colorado coach. Some of the waves that he's making, the motion that he got going on right now. It's rubbing some people the wrong way. It's rubbing some people the wrong way. And I have a couple questions that I'll ask. But first, I just want y'all to look at this video. And then I'm going to play 2 videos. And then we're going to break down whether or not Deion's a good coach.
But I'm serious. I analyze and I understand what we're up against and what we have and what we need. One thing that I could say honestly and candidly, you better get me right now. This is the worst we're going to be. You better get me right now.
It's all about Deion. It's not us. It's not we. That's how coaches talk. Us and we. Deion talks about me all the time. That's not what leaders and head coaches do. I'm sorry that that makes you uncomfortable. I'm sorry that Deion's your idol and that bothers you, but those are facts. And so Deion thinks, because he's an inexperienced coach, that he's going to replace these players. And once he replaces them with someone better, they're going to be better than these guys that are here now. It's not that easy.
All right, so I have a couple questions based on this. A couple questions, and I'm glad we got that video queued up because that's what we're talking about next. So Bez wrote that Jason be keeping it real. What did he keep it real about? What did he keep it real about? Because if you're going to say Jason kept it real, then how did Deion not keep it real? How has Deion has kept it real. You may not like him, but this is not inconsistent with who Deion Sanders is, what we're seeing. And I know Jason Whitlock said, you talk we. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. That is the worst that team's going to get. That is the worst that team's. Bez, you want to cam up? You want to give your feedback? Matter of fact, yo, what's up? Did y'all write it in the chat? Hold on. All right, I'm sending the link. Yo. I'm sending the link. Hold on. Bez, cam up. Yeah, you got all that energy. You got all that energy in the chat. I just sent it to you. I just sent it to it. Which video did you want me to show? The video that hold on, my fault. I'm going in this message. Yeah, y'all been. All right, I can't keep up. All right. So I got a couple questions about, this whole thing. Like, why, as far as the people that hate Deion, what was wrong about what Deion just said? This is his first year at Colorado. He's building a program. Y'all better get me now because this is the worst that we're going to be. So I see y'all having fun, taking shots. And let's be real. With a team like Oregon, what's so funny to me is that you heard the Oregon coach, and maybe let me show this because, matter of fact, I will show this. Hold on, man. Because this is one of the things that a lot of people were upset about, the Oregon coach pregame speech. And let's hold on. I got it queued up. Because I know Bez loved this. And I think there's a lot of contradicting statements and behavior going on right now. Hold on. Let me play this for y'all. Yeah, is you camming up or not, baby? Bez, cam up. All right, let me get rid of this. Bez is in the building. Hold on. Y'all can see. All right, Bez, I'm about to put the second video. All right, you can hear me?
Yo, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. Let me play this video, and then we're going to get your feedback.
Substance, not flash, rooted in substance. Today, we talk with our pads. You talk with your helmet, right? Every moment. The Cinderella story is over, man. right? They're fighting for clicks, we're fighting for wins. There's a difference, right?
Bez, you got an issue with anything he just said?
No.
All right, let me keep going.
There's a difference, right? This game ain't gonna be played in Hollywood, it's gonna be played on the grass. Yes, sir. Right? It's gonna be played on the grass. Let's go.
All right, so why do you not have an issue with that video, but you have an issue with a lot of Deion's videos? I'm just wondering.
Well, my issue with Deion is, again, as the coach, like Whitlock said, it's not about you, bro. It's post game talking about your gold jacket in the Hall of Fame. Nobody cares about that.
Say it one more time. I think we just lost you. You said it's not about you.
I said it's not about you, bro. I said you don't need to be in a press conference after a game. Y'all just got blown out talking about I got a gold jacket that I didn't pay for. Nobody cares about that, bro. You're a coach now. Nobody cares about what you did as a player, and that's what Deion brings up. Deion doesn't know his players. I said, show the video where he said who? When he was asked about a freshman center, a center, not a guard, not a center who gives his son the ball, his quarterback the ball. You know, when he was asked about him after the week 3 win to talk about that young man, Deion said, who? Who? And then when they finally said, yo, the center, he said, oh, I thought you was talking about somebody else. He still said, it's hard. I mean, I didn't watch the game film, but he stepped up. Like, nobody asked you about the game. He said, talk about the young man.
No, that's not true. He said, how did he play?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't, bro.
Let's go to the video. We go to the video.
Now.
We'll go to it.
He said, talk about him. Talk about him.
We're gonna pull up the video. Played. All right, so my thing is this.
He said,
my thing is this. Yeah, go ahead. My fault. Let me know when you're done, and I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
He said, talk about Hank Zalewski. And he said, who? So as me, as somebody who coached before, not saying I'm not a best coach, none of that, but there has to be a certain level of knowing your players. There has to be a certain level of care for your players. I feel like he does care about some players, but only certain players. Yes, you have a better relationship with other players, of course. That's how it is. But when you are asked, if the head coach, if you are asked about a starting player, I've never seen a coach been asked about a player and he says who. Like, he had no idea who he was talking about. This ain't week 1. This ain't camp. This is week 3, bro. And for him to say that, I lost all. I don't care what he could do. I lost all respect for him as a coach. I don't think he's a good coach. I think he's a great salesman. He's bought a lot of attention. He's bought a lot of money. He's bought a lot of, people are noticing him. People who never even watch college football are now watching it. Yes, he has done that. But as a coaching level, no, he doesn't. Like Whitlock said, he is inexperienced, and that experience doesn't make you, there's a lot of people who are inexperienced and do certain good things at certain levels or certain fields that they're in. But right now, no, Prime is, he's not it.
So you're saying because he forgot or didn't know the name of his center, his backup center, somebody was a backup, they came in, they started. You're saying because he didn't know his name, you've completely lost all respect for him as a coach, and there's nothing that he can ever do to be a good coach to you.
No, I didn't say there's nothing he can ever do.
So, but what about what he has done?
Well, what has he done? He walked in the room talking about, I'm here. I'm bringing my Louis
too. Time out. See, this is where I think you and Jason Whitlock, y'all are accusing other people of doing the same thing that now you're doing. And I'm gonna tell you what it is. Oh, I got you. But let me respond to this. You guys are mad at him because you don't like him. And now you're trying to make it seem like he's not a good coach, asking what has he done? How many games did Colorado win last year? How many games did Colorado win over the last 2 years?
They won one game last year.
So hold on. So they start off this year and they beat the runner up to the national champion last year, right?
Yeah.
Then they won their
He got better players now, yeah.
So when you say what has he done, does he not get credit for winning games now? Like he's held to a different standard than other coaches? Because I don't sit here and say how you can critique this man so much for after a game being asked a question about his center and saying, oh, after that I lost all respect, but you're not actually giving any respect based on the fact that as a coach, what is he there to do? He's there to win games. And they've won more games this year than they've won in the last 3 years.
Hey, bro, do you know coaching is more than just X's and O's?
No.
Yes.
And this is where I'm going to correct you. You're wrong. Not college. No, not college. Not college. Let me show the video. Hold on. This is where you're wrong about college. This is not high school, bro. This is a business.
Right.
It's not about growing as a no. This is a business. I'm here to win games. Hold on.
All right. Your man, he even
Hold on. We're gonna play it.
How does everything float? I haven't watched film to see how he really performed.
His team.
Can you talk about Hank Zelinkis? He was the true freshman that got the start today at center. Hank Zelinkis.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Hank.
Yeah, he got the start as a true freshman today at center. Can you talk about him?
Hold on. So you're saying that when he just asked him, hold on. Listen, bro, Bez, you're saying, Bez, relax, relax, because you're talking during it. So therefore, I stopped and asked you a question. You're saying that when he says talk about it, you're saying that he's talking about it as a person, not actually on the football field. That's what's your takeaway. I just want to be clear on that.
He said talk about Hank Zelinsky.
So are you talk about him as a player or talk about him as a person? Which did you take when you heard that?
As a person.
Okay.
Talk about
It's
him
hard.
being a true freshman.
I was watching how everything flowed. I haven't watched film to see how he really performed.
His team. The starting center. And there's a difference between a center and a guard. There's a difference between a center and a nose tackle. Center is quarterback QB exchange. He works very closely with Deion's son, Shedeur. Deion don't even know who he is. But y'all think he's Nick Saban. Y'all think he's the greatest coach that's ever hit college football.
Can you talk?
So because of that, you're telling me that Deion's a bad coach. I just want to be clear.
Bro.
I'm just asking. Just answer that question.
Yes, he's not as good as everybody's praising him to be.
And this is why I'm saying where I think you're falling victim to the people that you say, oh, y'all just loving him because y'all like Deion. I think you're just hating him because you dislike him. That same Oregon coach, hold on. That same Oregon coach that we played the video for the first time, where he sat there and said that you said you had no problem with what he said. He's running up there talking about we win games or not. We don't win with clicks. We're not looking for YouTube clicks. We're looking to win games. That was the first game that Oregon coach let the camera show their pregame speech. Video it so you can put it on social media platforms. That was the first game that the Oregon coach decided to, you know what, let's get the cameras in for this speech. So now you're accusing Deion of doing one thing, but you're doing the exact same thing. But because we just dislike Deion, we're looking at it like, oh, we're not even being able to tell, like, yo, that Oregon coach just did exactly what he accused Deion of. The same thing that I say that I hate Deion over, the Oregon coach just did that, right or wrong?
Yeah, he did do that.
But you didn't have a problem when the Oregon coach did it.
No, the only reason he did it is because Deion's been doing it. That's the only reason he did it.
All right, so you'll hate Deion for doing something that is original to him. But then when another coach does it, you're cool with it.
So obviously he was trying to make a point because Deion has gotten so much pop and out of nowhere, and they're like, "Who are you? What have you done?"
What do you mean? Who are you? Yo, I don't understand. Yo, this is where you're not. This type of thinking is why Donald Trump won the presidency. When Donald Trump began to run for president, everybody else was saying, "Who is this guy? He's never been in politics. He's never done this," and everybody was sleeping on him. And then every single day he started to climb because everybody starts to. He's Deion, bro. Let's not act like we don't know how this works. When you have a celebrity coach like Deion, and let's not act like Deion has not been coaching Shadour's entire life, Shiloh's entire life, Deion Sanders Jr. He's always been a coach. And now, because he's on the college stage and he's doing certain stuff to where other coaches are jealous, he can recruit the #1 player. He can put the name. I'll tell you, one of the greatest marketing genius in him. The back of their jerseys in practice, you see what it says on them, right?
Yeah,
their Instagram name, because he's working to grow their branding, and he's showing them marketing in areas that all these other coaches can't do. He's the one that's helping them get more money with the NIL deals. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I just say he does a good job of.
So he does all these things good. He has a winning record. Hold on. So he does all these things good. He's a salesman. He's helped with the marketing of the kids, everything, and he's winning games. And he still hasn't done anything. I just want to be clear.
Hey, Dad, can I say something, bro?
Please.
He doesn't even run his. He doesn't.
He's not supposed to, Bez.
Wait. But I just said, can I say something?
Go ahead.
So after they just got blown out, right? They said to his son, they asked his son, "Hey, what was the message to Deion? What was the message your father gave y'all?" And Shador said, "When?" He said, "After the game." He said, "Oh, he didn't talk to us yet." And he said, "Oh." He said, "Well, what did he say to y'all halftime?" He said, "Well, he didn't say much really. He just said it to our position coaches, and we just kind of talked about strategies with our positional coaches." When stuff like that is done, I can tell he has no idea of what's going on inside the game. A reporter asked him, "Hey, I see you guys run a lot of 10 personnel, a lot of 11 personnel. Do you think you guys maybe want to switch it up to 12 personnel or 21 personnel to kind of help with the?" He said, "Oh, you're getting too technical. Like what? Like little stuff like that."
Bez, I got to respond to all this. You're giving me like 4 different points.
I'm just saying he's not really involved. When he's standing on the sideline with his arms crossed, he don't even have the headset down talking into it. He just standing on the sideline with his arms crossed the whole game with his shades on. He's not saying anything. He's not really, you could tell he's not really interacting with coaches, with kids. He's just kind of just there being a spectator. That's why when he's asked questions on how this person or about this person, he's like, "I don't know. It was just so much going on." Like he's just not even really, he's just a spectator on the sideline. While the other coaches are running the team, are running the plays, or running what's going on. He's just like the face, the brand, the name, but other than that, no.
Come on, Bez, let me respond.
No, he's not, he's not everything
you gave me like 4 points.
I think he does a good job.
Keep going. Keep trying to convince us.
I know, because you're trying to convince me. So.
Can I respond? You gave me like 4 things. Like it can't. Like we got to be able to follow the combo. All right. So I wrote down the things that you mentioned. Not giving a speech. It's so funny to me how when people lose, like who are you to say, "Oh, this is a coach should give a speech this time and that time"? If he didn't give a speech at Oregon, that's when people were saying stuff, right? But nobody said if it worked, whatever he was doing when they came back at Colorado State and had one of the most impressive comebacks from a mental tough. His kids in that game against Colorado State showed exceptional mental toughness that entire game when things were not going their way. So you're just sitting here bringing up the fact that he didn't say a speech now. Oh, well, because they lost. So hold on. Let me, Bez, I'll let you go on. I'll let you talk for like 5 minutes. Come on, baby. So now you're bringing up an issue with him not giving a speech or him not having a message. Maybe that's how he coaches. And as of right now, he's been successful. He lost 1 game. At Jackson State, they lost how many games while he was there? So you're sitting up here bringing up all these all these different reasons saying why he should lose. They lost one game. And then when you talk about him not being tuned in with the X's and O's, Bez, I don't think you know how this college football and NFL football thing works. The head coach is never hold on. The head coach. All right, on what level, Bez?
It was D3, but it was still
all right.
football.
So let me give you some D1 game. Let me give you some D1 game because would you So hold on. D1 where I played is totally different than Alabama's in that. Would you say that? I'd say that it's totally different. So D3 compared to Colorado, totally different as well. Even more drastically different. On these type of programs, the D coordinator on most of the teams that I've been on, the D coordinator knew way more football knowledge than the head coach. The head coach is there to manage. That's it. In college, my coordinators all knew way more than the coach. It just is what it is. So for you to sit here and say like Deion is unique in this situation, no, that's what makes you smart. That's what intelligent people do. The people that run organizations, CEOs of these big businesses in New York, the CEO is just there to manage. They're going to hire the best guy that knows a lot more than them about finances. That's going to be their chief financial officer. They're going to have somebody else that's in this position, all these different things. That is how it works. So for you to hold Deion to these unrealistic standards, whatever he's doing, and it even shows, you should be giving him more credit. You're saying he doesn't know X's and O's, but he's able to still be successful and win games. That means he's bringing the right people in the room and hiring the right people to create the best team for them to be successful.
I bet you your head coach, I bet you those CEOs, I bet you if they are asked about a player on their team, they will tell you who they are.
You are 100% wrong. The CEO of a company, you telling me to see, bro, now switch your argument up. Switch your argument up, man. Switch your argument up, man. See how you got to put cats on the spot. Switch it up. Switch it up. Restate your statement.
I bet you your coach would have known his starting player on that team. I bet you my coach.
I guarantee you.
Known the starting player on the team.
I bet you your coach would know would be more likely to know than my coach.
I said the starting player.
That's what I'm talking about. No, it's the starter that week who wasn't the starter. I'm telling you right now that I've been on teams where these coaches don't know the damn names. I've been on. Now the head coach is different. The head coach should know the name. No. But I'm talking about Coach Laycock. Coach Laycock, my college head coach. I guarantee you, Coach Laycock ain't know everybody. And if there was a player that was just stepping up on defense, that was just playing, he would know their name. But in a press conference, hold on. A player that wasn't playing and that came in to start that week. This is what I'm talking. That's what happened, right?
Obviously, he was practicing all week. He was a starter,
and he was practicing all week. All that. When they're asked in that press conference. Coach may know his name. Coach should know his name. Not saying that. But what you're trying to do is use that one instance to say that he's done absolutely nothing. He's a bad coach. He doesn't care about his players, all this, when that's just not factually true. Okay. Like let me ask you this. What standards do you grade him on? Do you grade him on wins? Do you grade him on how many players he's able to get these NIL deals with? And just so everybody knows, the NIL deal that's what name, image, likeness, what allows the players to get money. Deion Sanders has been very, very strategic about this and has been exceptional in marketing for his players to get these deals. So what do you judge Deion on?
I'm coming.
What do you judge him on?
I'm coming and I'm bringing my Louis back.
And what y'all are seeing is Bez acknowledge the fact that because just like Jason Whitlock, because I just don't like Deion, I'm just gonna say that he doesn't do a good job. I asked you, what standards do you use to grade him on?
The nigga, don't let me wake up.
So why is you hating on Deion?
I told Father God, don't let me wake up if I do.
I don't know. Maybe you praying to the wrong God.
I'm not hating on the man. I'm just saying he's getting so much praise and I don't see it.
Bro, what? Hold on.
He's getting so much praise.
Hold on. All right, so let me I just gave you a couple different topics. I said the wins. He's won. The NIL deals for his players, he's putting money in their pockets. Colorado, I think the weekend of their home game, I think the community made something like $18 million. Everything, all the hold on, Bez, let me finish. The sales that they made with the jerseys went up over, or not even just the jerseys, at the bookstore and stuff in Colorado went up over 800%. Do you understand what that is? So what else are we judging Deion on? The Travis Hunter situation. Boy got injured. He's like, nah, you ain't coming back early. Cormani, he got different things. Who do you see now? It's just talking when Deion does it, but when the Oregon white coach does it, it's like, oh yeah, that's cool.
No. The Oregon coach said, "I'm doing this is not flash." And then like even the game against Colorado
Bro,
State,
what is Oregon known for?
Look. Even when people got mad when the other coach said, I was taught to take off my hat and sunglasses when I'm talking to a girl.
Right.
Like people can't even look in his eyes when he's talking because he got shades on.
Oh my God.
The man
oh my God.
Looking like a clown. He brings out Lil Wayne. He brings out Lil Wayne.
So what?
To the game. He brings out Lil Wayne to perform. And then at the same press conference, when he was asked about his player, he said, who? He's talking about Lil Wayne. Oh, Lil Wayne. He's like,
my God.
Telling his whole story. Telling his whole life story. But then when he's asking about his own player, he's like, who?
So it's just that 30 seconds Deion got to get back.
I'm just saying. I just look at him.
You just don't like him.
I can just tell he's all show, bro. He talks a good game. You should hear him talk.
But what is wrong with it?
Bro.
But what's wrong with it?
Do you watch his post-game interviews?
I watch his post-game interviews.
Like, I listen to him talk, and he's like talking in circles. Like, he's saying good stuff, but it has nothing behind it. Like,
you gotta bring up a video. You gotta bring up a video. Because it's
I can't bring up a video now.
No, not here now. What I'm saying, you're just saying stuff. Like you're just saying stuff. I told you that I look at his press conferences, Deion, but you just don't like his personality. That's all we're hearing is that you just don't like his personality because Deion has been the same Deion, and you're making it seem like he hasn't delivered on the stuff that he says. What has he not delivered on?
Bro, all right, look. So he won at Jackson State, cool. He had better players. He won these past couple of games because he had better players. That's most of the time when you win is because you have better talented players. You know, he has a lot of speed on his team, on his offense. He was scoring points, you know, but we're going to start the city once they're going to start losing a lot more.
Of course they're going to start.
Right. And I just want to see how he communicates when they lose because after the loss, he had the biggest smile on his face, talk about, oh, y'all better get me right now. Like nobody why they got
what you just did, I'm glad you're finessing, bro. That's bad because you didn't give any context. And I'm gonna tell you what he was talking about. Hold on. That's not what happened. What happened was this is what Deion said. This is what Deion said that Bez is trying to turn into something else. Deion made the comment they was asked about a lot of coaches coming at him. And how they always want to address. Hold on. Let me finish because now you want to talk about it. They asked Deion, and he was talking about how he's like, listen, I don't talk about other coaches. Other coaches always make comments about me. I don't say anything. I don't shoot back at them. I don't shoot at them. I don't do anything. He said a lot of these coaches go into the games, and it's like they're trying to beat me. They're not even trying to beat my players. They just want to get one off on Deion. They want to get one off on him. Because he's Deion. And then that's why he made the comment. He said, but they better get me now. They better get me now. So he was responding to that. You're making it seem like he just came out of nowhere and said it. Like you're not giving all the context, bro.
He also said, he said, they forget my player days are done. Shoot, if I was playing against
and you're still not giving all the context.
He said, if I was playing against every coach we coach against, we'd be totally dominant.
And you're messing up the wording. I think you're messing up the wording. He said after that, he was basically saying like the game's not about me versus the coach. He said if the game was me versus the coach, then we'd be dominant. What don't you like about that? What don't you like about that?
I wrote down what he said. Do you understand? I'm listening to what he said.
So what don't you like about it?
He didn't say that, bro. He said if he said if I was to play against every other coach out here, we would be totally dominant. Like nobody cares.
So what
about
did you say that I didn't
coach.
say?
You're a coach.
Bro, he was responding to the fact that he was saying that these teams, the players, the coaches are playing against him.
I had a great career. I got a gold jacket and I ain't buy it.
So you don't like him stating facts.
Bro, he's a coach.
So what? He's a man, bro.
I had a great career. I got a gold jacket that I didn't buy. What does that have to do with y'all just getting blown out by Oregon?
Bro, he was asked a question.
This is the post-game interview.
Bro, this is
do anything.
Bez, you should never coach college football. You should always stay in high school. I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on here. Bez is forgetting the difference between college football and high school football. College football is not for anything other than a business. It's a business. So if Coca-Cola comes out and says, "Yo, we kicking up on Pepsi," it is what it is. Y'all see, it is what it is. It's a business. Deion was brought there for business purposes to fulfill a business job as coach.
I know.
You just don't. Everything.
They brought him in for the business.
And he's won.
He won 3 games, and he walks around like he's God to football, and they talking about God bless.
Dang, yo.
He sounds like a clown.
Damn,
like
Bez.
God bless you.
Bez, yo, why that man make you uncomfortable, bro? Why he make you uncomfortable? He make you uncomfortable.
I got a glow on my face, bro. I'm a beautiful.
He make you uncomfortable.
I'm doing what I gotta do.
He makes you uncomfortable, bro.
He really don't. I just don't see the praise that he's getting.
What do you? They won. Hold up, bro. Hold on.
I don't acknowledge it, bro.
I see it. So you praise him. So you don't praise him for winning 3 games.
I see everything else that y'all don't see, man. I see the other stuff, the real stuff. Who? You said who?
I think you getting caught up, and that's something where I used to you getting caught up in Whitlock.
He looked like his face said, "Who the fuck is that?"
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know you. I don't know you. Now, if you played well, then I'll remember your name.
Right, that's the head coach, right?
That's the head coach.
Okay. Yeah.
Of this business.
I would never want to play for a head coach like that.
You don't have to. But that's the thing. You don't have to. Everybody that goes to play for Colorado knows exactly what they're walking into. That's one thing that you can't say.
A clown show.
So then then they can go to Colorado State.
All these cameras around and all this. Yeah, go to Colorado State. My man from North. Muhammad Kamar, he over there.
And maybe Bez will be your new coach.
Nah, I don't want to be their coach. You're right.
Bro,
you told me I can't coach college, so I'm not gonna go there and coach.
Nah, no. I said you shouldn't. You can't. Not with that mindset.
Right.
And that's why you walked away from it.
Nah, I ain't walk away from coaching because of that.
Why you walk away from coaching?
You know why I walked away?
Because you wanted to focus on your business. Because you wanted to focus on your business.
Yeah, exactly. I was getting paid.
So Deion's doing both.
I made $4,500 for a whole 8
So then why would you not praise Deion for doing both? He getting the business aspect of it and he coaching the kids to win.
Okay. You think he's coaching in the win, but he's getting the business. He's definitely getting the business, man. He's getting the bag. He's getting the bag. He got clicks and he got all this. And I love, you know what else I love too? How he talks about his sons, like and then his sons is poking the players' eyes, and his other son is talking about fuck all y'all, I beat you in to fucking coach up, but then he talk about Jesus
man.
You know, I love that stuff. I love that.
Man, I don't know what Bez is referring to.
After they win, talk about y'all ain't believe in us. Well, God believed in us. I'm like, what are you talking about?
God,
what are you talking about?
What you mean? God ain't believing them?
Oh, God believes in people now. Okay.
God don't believe in you?
God believes in people. Like I thought, I didn't know that. I mean,
you ain't know God believe in people. You didn't know that. What you think when you work hard and you get favor? What you think that is?
I guess God didn't believe in the other team. That's why he ain't let them win.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I guess not. I guess not. I don't know. I don't know. I know that God. When I say God believes in me, I know that if I work hard on something, if I study on a test, I'm more likely to get a positive result. So that's
give it to you, right?
That's just no. Nothing gave. I said believe. Now you mixing words, but you know I'm too good for that. Stop playing with me. God believes in you, bro.
Man, this is a whole different convo. God believes in me.
God believes in you, Baz.
Fuck God. I told you the other day.
Oh man, we gonna get. Why you? All right, so hold up. Why you say that? No. I think it's good. Hold on. I think that is good for you to be able to explain that, because I think a lot of people, when they heard that, they don't really understand the context that I'm privileged to have.
Again, because if we're gonna praise God for all the good He do and everything that He does, I'm blessed and He blessed me, and when shit don't go like that, why can I say fuck God? Why can I say fuck you, God? Like, we get all thankful for the blessings and for the opportunities, but then when we don't get it, it's like, that wasn't in God's will. Or even with people, even when we deal with people, because this person did this for us. I'm thankful for this person, but then this person doesn't do something for us, or doesn't do something that we like. It's like, fuck you, I don't care about this person. Why can't we do the same with God? That's all I'm saying.
But you don't do the same with that person. What you mean? Like, I don't get as far as. I mean, I guess you saying F God. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you're well aware of, my religious journey, how I feel about religion.
You well aware of mine too.
Yeah. So I'm not opposed to. I don't really have an issue with what you're saying. I'm just more so wanted you to break down as far as why you said it for the audience.
Sometimes I just be saying stuff too. Like,
nah. But you mean it. I think you have a lot of meaning and context behind it. I think that you really believe that.
I gotta fuel up real quick. So
Go ahead.
Go off the thing.
Go ahead.
I still got you on the mic.
So when it comes to like the God conversation, and Ant just wrote something. Hold on. Ant just wrote, God don't owe you anything, man. Do you sound? Are you? But Bez, are you sounding like God does owe you something? Because if you know that God doesn't, but if you know that God doesn't, does God determine whether or not you wake up and go to work and get paid?
No.
Okay, then. So if you know that He doesn't determine that, why would you say F God if you know He has nothing to do with it? You get what I'm saying? Like, if He has nothing to do with whether you're successful or not, or whether you are not successful or not, why would you say F God? I'm just wondering. I think Bez may be off. He may be off camera for a little bit. But that's just, I don't know. A lot of people don't know. I guess, I don't know, unless you've been with me on that spiritual journey or my religious journey, you may or may not know, how I feel about it. But I think that, like I told y'all before, man, I think that I'm godly. I think that God is in me. And I think that God doesn't owe me anything. God already gave me everything that I needed. Everything that I need, God already gave me. So therefore, I don't feel any type of way if when I don't get something that I worked for, I don't blame God. And to be totally honest, when I do get something, I'm not just thinking like, oh, thank God. Maybe I should. But, I think God already understands. Like, I'm just glad that you gave me everything that you gave me, and I'm going to take it from here. Maybe I should be thanking God more. Because to be totally honest, we're all born with different things. And I was born with a lot of an amazing family. I was born with just a lot of things that were in my favor that I didn't necessarily have to be born with. So maybe I should be thanking God more. I don't know. What do y'all think? Because God definitely don't owe me anything. I mean, there was nothing. I don't know if there was anything that I did to be born to who I was born to maybe have the health that I have, the strength, whatever it may be, to have the mental. I didn't necessarily have to be born that way. So maybe I should be thanking God more. Ant wrote, if he didn't bless you, work harder. Facts. Bez parked the truck for the real convo. Bez sound like he won one of God's bitter exes, bro. Bez been I'm telling you, Bez is just in one of those places. I feel like I was there before as well. I see what Bez saying. Why give him credit if I can't give him blame? I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that you can't give him blame, but I just don't think that blaming anybody outside of myself is going to lead me to winning. I don't want to place blame on God. Y'all can, Tafari and Bez, y'all can place blame on God all you want. But the more blame that you place on other things outside of just placing it on yourself and myself, then you're not putting yourself in the best possible position to hold yourself accountable and responsible to win. That's what I would say. Whenever you point the finger at anything else, you're taking onus and responsibility off yourself and making it less likely for you to make the necessary changes within you to still win regardless of the circumstances. That's where I would stay on it. So, I mean, you can blame whoever you want. Tafari, because if I bless you right now, pause, you should be thanking me. However, if I don't help you right now, it does not mean I owe you. I agree with that. Queez said it. It starts with me. Bro, God already gave you life. What else do you need? God already gave you life. Handsome brothers, athletic brothers, intelligent brothers. What else do y'all need? So therefore, I guess, and I would never think that I would be speaking from this position, but I guess because God gave me life, because my parents gave me life, because all these different things, there's nothing. I'm trying to think maybe from a parental standpoint. I can't imagine. Like, I'm very realistic when it comes to my parents. Oh, hold on, let me hide that stream. I'm very realistic when it comes to my parents as far as the impact that they've had on me. But I'm very real when it comes to them. Like, hey, we didn't learn this. We weren't taught that. I don't blame them for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get angry at them. It's like, damn, like, why I got to go to work? Like, my parents didn't work harder, so I couldn't just inherit a business. Like, why did I don't think like that. I'm just really just grateful to the fact where it's like, yo, my parents raised me exceptionally, and gave me every opportunity I could think of as far as how they raised me. They gave me any opportunity out here for me just based on how they raised me. So if I don't get an opportunity, I'm not just going to sit here and say like, damn, this is my parents. However, when I do win an award or something like that, I'm giving my parents credit. But I'll also be real. If there's a certain situation where it's like, yo, I wasn't, we weren't raised to know how to pick a wife or to know how to be, I'll have that realistic conversation with them, but it's not F my parents. You know what I'm saying? So neither here nor there. Let's get to the next topic. Oh, it's already 9:30. All right. So we already realized why Deion is so polarizing. I want to show y'all, let's get it a little bit lighter, and then we'll go back to this relationship talk. Hold on, let me see where this video was. I want to show y'all this Charlie Kirk video. Ooh, is it on YouTube? Give me one sec. I just got to figure out whether it's on YouTube or Charlie Kirk. Did I go back too far? One sec, good people. One sec. So this video from Charlie Kirk, if I can ever find it. Actually, no, it is Instagram. My bad. It is Instagram. Where are you? Here you go, Charlie. So this video, y'all take a look. Tell me what y'all think. I think it's a cool video. I think that it shows us exactly the difference in how we were living before, and maybe perhaps why we're so soft right now, especially with a lot of our leadership. And y'all tell me what y'all think. Oh, I kind of like it on that side. I like it on there. Which one y'all like better? This one? Nah, I like that one better. All right, so here we go. Charlie Kirk.
at what American high school gym class looked like in the 1960s. This footage is from one of the 4,000 U.S. high schools that followed La Sierra's physical education program that was pushed to be the standard model by JFK. According to the La Sierra physical education standards that were outlined in their 1966 handbook, the minimum push-ups that a student should be able to do is 16, and they should have at least a 7.5-minute mile run. Considering most modern Americans struggle to even complete 5 push-ups, this 16 minimum is quite shocking. The top group that was outlined in the handbook is Blue Team, and to be a part of this you had to be able to perform 12 handstand push-ups and at least 14 pull-ups, which are crazily impressive standards. Considering 1 in 6 modern American children have obesity, it is a shocking sight to see how seriously fitness and health were being taken in the 1960s, and how even the president was helping push forward this higher standard of physical education in school. Many people wonder if America likely.
We've become a fatter country. Makes you wonder, what's in our food? Why are our testosterone rates going down so much? Why is America so unhappy? We don't move as much. And the government, the masters of our society, want you on the couch, depressed, staring at a screen. Maybe we should get back to how things once were.
People are shocked at what American high school gym class looked like in the 1960s. This footage is from one of the 4,000 U.S. high schools that followed La Sierra.
Yeah, you saw that go offline for a second. Is it back? Did y'all see the rest of the video? All right, word. I was wondering what happened. The Matrix, they try to get us. All right, so what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? And I know we talk a lot about on the show health and obesity. You know, how what? I think it's like 70%. I don't know. I haven't looked up the numbers in a while. 70% of us are overweight or obese, I believe, in this country. Well, it's hard to see that video and think that we are not being intentionally encouraged to be as unhealthy as possible. We literally have one of the worst overweight issues in the world, but we don't address them in our stages, as far as our early stages in child development, when they matter the most. What do I mean by that? Excuse me. Just like a lot of other things, you know, the things that we develop, I don't know, from the time that we're born to, let's say, 14, 15 years old, largely that is who a lot of us, I don't want to say stop our development, because I know that our brains are not fully developed until we're like in our mid-20s or somewhere around there. But a lot of us, when you look back, let's say at, you know, think back to a lot of your friends or just people in school, in elementary school, freshman, sophomore year, those people have the same personalities now. So my point is that if we don't instill a sense of purpose when it comes to working out, being fit, being healthy, all these things in kids from the time that we're very young, we will just continue to be obese. It's very hard to just get into fitness when you're an adult. It's very hard to just get into fitness. It's probably, but the good thing about it is, and why I'm saying it's hard is because it's not what you're habitually used to. You haven't become accustomed to, it's not your norm. But the good thing is, if we start off early, it can become our norm. I guarantee, it is harder for me to not work out as many days throughout the week than I work out. It's very hard for me to just make the decision to not work out 4 days out the week. Like to just pick 4 days and saying I ain't working out. It's very hard for me because I'm just so accustomed to it. I feel guilty if I'm not doing it. I know that being healthy is an important thing. So therefore, I just know that it's going to help shape me in a different way. And it's very hard for me to, it's like, once I know something is going to help me, or once I know something is hurting me, it's hard for me to ignore that. So hold on, let me get to these comments. I think Bez back. You back, Bez?
I'm back. You can hear me?
Yeah, let me read these comments real quick, then we'll get back into the convo. Kiki wrote they need to bring that back. Did you see the video? Bez, you saw the video?
Nah.
All right, so it was. I'll run it back just a little bit, but it was pretty much showing the difference. And actually, I know you're driving, so I'll just tell you, it was showing how gym classes used to be and how there used to be a certain standard. Remember when we had the presidential fitness things? Do you remember that? Hold up, Bez, you muted. Well, do the rest of y'all remember that? And I think it would get more towards that, where nowadays, I remember high school gym, some of my homegirls would never change and get an A. And it sounds maybe amazing, or it feels amazing when you're actually going through it. But just like those football players that are in these big time programs that just get, oh, no, you ain't got to do all your work. Like, you cool. We just going to pass you. We're just going to pass you. You're crippling people moving forward. People have to be forced to do gym activities. And a lot of these schools, even my prep school that I went to, you had to play a sport. There was no gym class. You just had to play a sport. And I think that's even more important because it shows you're going to develop certain soft skills, camaraderie, how to interact and work together as a team, goal-oriented. All these different factors, I think, play an exceptional role in our development and how we can then apply all those tools and skills to when we get older. So why we're not doing it, I think because it's just going to make certain people wealthy, especially these pharmaceutical companies. The more unhealthy we are, there's big business in people being unhealthy. There's big business in it. Kiki, no, that's the space that Kiki works in. All right, so Ant wrote, I think that the powers at be to sell to and kill off than keep healthy and sustained. Facts. There's more business. Think about some of the largest corporations that we have. Insurance companies. These are some of the wealthiest groups. When you look at who invests in these companies, it's literally some of the most powerful companies in the world. So to have these type of companies invested, what it does is now they're making decisions based on what's best for their bottom line rather than what's best for the community. Because like we just said with Dion, this is a business. The CEO of Pfizer, he's running a business. He's not looking at it for a humanitarian award. Now, shame on us if we don't do our due diligence and actually understanding that and making decisions according moving forward. But yeah, I don't know. So what you think on that, Bez? Or what you want to finish up, Dion, or what you want to, or what were we on, God? We can go back.
Nah, we don't go back, man. It's only going forward.
We'll definitely have that combo moving forward because I think that's an interesting combo. But as far as the fitness, what you think as far as that? Why you think that the gym classes used to be a lot more intense compared to what we see now, where we had, our homegirls that we know in high school never change, but just get past. And some of us, never changing in gym, but obviously it was different if you were playing sports.
Well, you said the gym classes are more intense now?
No, the gym classes were more intense before. Here, take a look at this video real quick. My bad, people. I gotta hold on. Gotta get Bez right.
Nah, bro. Come on.
Go ahead.
We're good.
That's what it was.
It's a business, so the schooling, everything's becoming so political nowadays, where certain things are being allowed in school that wasn't allowed in school when we was growing up. They're doing certain things now that we didn't do. So I don't trip on it, but like you said, it's all the business. It's all to keep these kids under certain medication and certain things. That's why all these foods is out. All these different types of foods, keeping the kids sick, getting these kids sick. It's all a business. The powers that be.
I agree. Let me catch up with these. So Ant wrote presidential fitness standard. Yeah, that's what it was. Queez wrote LOL the bit treatment. Yeah, bit trying to. I ain't even gonna get into that. Yeah. Just put sweatpants over their clothes.
I knew a teacher who, got married to one of his students he used to teach after she graduated high school.
This was at Immaculate?
At Immaculate, yeah.
I think I remember this. What was the teacher's name? Now let me stop. What's the teacher's name? Nah, let me stop. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Yeah. Nah, I think I don't know. I think that we're neglecting our kids a lot, and then we wonder why it's so hard, when you're growing up with all this processed food, with the intention, like this stuff is intended to get us sick. Like it's intended to get us sick. And if we're not, but shame on us if we're not, actually doing the research. We should know by now that these people are not just going to give us healthy food, that a lot of the stuff that's even outlawed here or that is outlawed in other countries and not even considered food, we have it in our food. So what did Ant write? Ant wrote, Dak, have you ever watched Mad Men, the show? There was a moment in the show where Don Draper noticed that advertising was now being used as a mean of propaganda to push narratives and agendas in the 1970s. Or agendas 1970s. Yo, I agree with that. I agree. Yo, think about this. Like, we'll have, did y'all see the Travis Kelce? Did you see that? The Travis Kelce where he did the vaccine commercial? Hold on. Let me pull that up real quick. So Travis Kelce did a Pfizer commercial. Let me make sure I got that queued up. It was like, I don't know. Maybe I look at it the wrong way. But y'all take a look at this and tell me y'all thoughts.
Travis, did you know you can get this season's COVID-19 shot when you get your flu shot?
Two things at once.
Two things at once! Two things at once! I'll have the two things at once, please. Now, back to two things at once. Two things at once.
That's not two things at once.
Mama!
Travis, ask about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Pfizer has...
What y'all think about that, man? Baz, what you thinking about it? You cool with it?
I can't, hold on. I'm trying to connect to my headset.
Nah, you good. We see what's getting ready to happen. I hope that y'all are prepared for this. If I was y'all, I would put a lot of cash to the side. I feel like this is going to be one of those times where, like the last pandemic, where it affected, the stock markets and everything else like that. This is going to be an opportunity for us to reset the wealth a bit. If we have cash on hand, I don't know what's going to go down, but it's always an opportunity in chaos, So if people are feeling like, oh, the stock market's going down, everybody's going to be pulling their money, stock prices are going to go down, that's not an opportunity to run. That's an opportunity to run towards it and buy some stuff. So I just think it's good to have some cash on hand, especially with whenever things are so up and down. There's an opportunity there. So just wanted to share that with y'all as far as the vaccine. All right, we gotta let me know when you're there, Bez, because I want to share this video, but I want you to see it. Hold on. All right, so we're gonna get into the relationship one. So I have two different posts that I want to show y'all regarding that. And actually, hold on. I got one video that I was supposed to show y'all that I didn't show y'all. Shout out to Jamie Foxx. This is what I think when I hear the COVID vaccine. This is what goes through my head, man.
Next month, mid-September, we will
Look
be
at her
encouraging
stuttering.
all Americans to get updated COVID vaccine.
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
That was mean. That was mean. My bad. It is what it is. Sorry, I'm not sorry. All right, so let's get to this video. We got two videos. They're both on relationships, given two different aspects. One's in response to a lot of Steve Harvey's comments, and then the other video was a video that I thought it was dope how she responded to a question regarding her relationship. So let me get to the Steve Harvey one. That's right here. Tell me what y'all think. We're just gonna go through it. This is, I don't want to say too much, but one of them is similar to what we always discuss, and the other one is pretty refreshing. So take a listen.
Dear Steve Harvey, ever since you told women to act like a lady and think like a man, I've been seeing more women take their own trash out. Reposting Justin Lil Boy and how they don't need a man, but get their cash up in the bio asking for a handout. I mean, you say you want a man, but you ain't doing nothing to stand out. Remember, Gina still got married to Martin. Y'all rather take the Tommy and Pam route. I mean, you say you want a man, but you just want an enabler that's going to tell you you're right in every situation. You want a traditional man to pay your traditional rent, but you got a modern day attitude in a modern generation. It don't work like that. And half the men you talk to ain't got jobs and don't work like that. I mean, you say you want a provider, but all you got to bring to the table is baggage, and it's okay as long as it's just a Birkin bag. Talking about how with the right man, you naturally going to submit. Man, you got a reality TV show attitude. Ain't no man going to deal with that shit. But I guess Derek Jackson told you your worth. You held on to every word when he spoke on your hurt. Every post he made, you reposted it first. I don't know what's worse, him cheating on his wife or you following him after he praised her, then he made her feel insecure. But I guess Kevin Samuels can't be taken seriously. I mean, how you want a high value man when your value is low spiritually? I mean, I guess the ace in the metaphor is a man telling you right because that's the only time you listening. I mean, you say you want a man, but you bash men every time men are being mentioned.
All right, so I thought that was a cool video. I thought that was, oh, y'all just made me realize I was supposed to play this other Dion video. Bez sidetracked me. Hold on. Bez, let me know when you're ready to cam back up. I know you, I see you down there. All right, so the other video, hold on one second. So the next video that I wanted to show is on YouTube. So obviously with that video, it's kind of responding to Steve Harvey. It talks about a lot of the issues that we always see, that we always discuss, that a lot of us men always complaining about, right? All right, so now I wanted to show you something a little bit different, something that was extremely refreshing, and I want to get y'all take on it. Let me just make sure I got the right video. All right, here we go. Hold on, it's just loading. All right. You good?
You get me?
Yeah, you good.
All right,
I'm about to show this video real quick. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one. Now, the last video, like I said, I don't know if you heard it, Bez, but it was more so focused on, you know, somebody talking about Steve Harvey and how these women they want this, but they're not willing to give this. This to me was a dope video just because you don't see it too often.
How much does a man have to make to be with you?
That's between me and my man.
Okay, but I mean, your man is watching.
Like I said, that's between me and my man. It don't matter how much you make.
It don't matter at all?
Listen, if me and my man have established that we gonna be together and we gonna be loyal, then what he make don't matter, because at the end of the day, it's both of us. So if we ain't making shit that month, that year, then that's on us.
So at what age do you feel like a man should have like life kind of together?
We're constantly growing and evolving. So whenever God feels like he completed his will, that's when you'll have everything you desire.
whatever God feels like.
What's your thoughts, baby?
It reminds me of you heard what Tyler Perry said about that?
Nah, I heard him do some sit down. He said something. What comment he made?
That women now, well, black women are making more. Black women are making more than black men, and yes, they need to start looking at men that maybe make less than them, and you know. But he also said men have to put the pride away and be able to be okay with not making as much, but you know, you can still have a good relationship and make things work without that finance being, you know, kind of the main thing. Like, is that the only quality that they're bringing or whatever? If they're good, regardless of how much money they make. Even if you're a woman, you make more than the guy.
A man that will probably never be with a woman that makes more than him, telling other guys that we need to put our pride to the side and be okay with a woman making more than us. Bruh. What? Like, yo, to each their own. I'm saying very much to each their own, but I do not think that.
And feel like you're missing out on love, you're missing out on opportunities to build with somebody if that's the only kind of setback, that only thing that's holding y'all back is she makes more than me. Or I make less than her.
Somebody else deserves her. I don't deserve her. Like,
Levels, right?
I don't deserve her. That's how I'm looking at it.
Tax bracket.
Yeah, if I'm being for real, yo. If a woman is going to consistently make more money than me, I don't think that I deserve her, yo. I'm telling you, just me personally, I know the things that, or I'm comfortable in the stuff that I feel that I could bring to the table. And the things that I would bring to the table, I don't think are going to be like, it's going to make sense for us to be in a relationship with somebody that's consistently, just making more money than me. I'm just being honest. Like I can't ever put no pride to the side. There's certain things that I'm not willing to push pride to the side for. Nah, I'm here to provide and protect. That's like me. Yo, I had a whole conversation, matter of fact, with so somebody commented on he commented on the protection, or I was talking about roles with gender roles. And he said, let me actually just read it. I'm gonna read it. And to me, it was a very dangerous matter of fact, I'm not gonna read it. He pretty much said that he doesn't believe in one person playing one particular role or not. He said that women can do what men do, men can do what women do. So I said, okay. I said, so of course, use the example. Okay, if somebody runs in the house, who's expected to answer that? And he says, well, I believe that, women can take the leadership role in the protective aspect as well. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, to each their own, if it's working for you. And I think that's his situation where, his wife is the breadwinner. He, I believe, stays home, takes care of the kids. I think that, and what do you think about this, what I'm about to say? I think that we can convince guys to be cool with that. So when Tyler Perry says, put the pride to the side and be cool with your woman making more than you, I think that we can convince guys to do that. I think guys are already convinced to be cool with that. However, I do not think that woman long-term is going to respect that. She may respect it now when she's younger and she doesn't mind going out there working, doing all that type of stuff. But eventually there's going to come a point in time, in my opinion, where she resents the fact that she has to go to work when meanwhile he can just take care of the kids. And as the kids get older, what's the dynamic there? So that's just my stance on it. I could be wrong. And we got a couple people commenting. Go ahead. But yeah, you go and then I'll read all the comments.
I don't think there's anything that's universal. So like you say, I think for some people it could work. I know a chick that walk around with 50-pound weight vest on and motherfucking know how to shoot all these type ARs and all this other, not saying that, a guy that's with her can't do the same, but she may be ready to pop off if somebody jump in the house. Like she may be got the gun tucked under her pillow. She may sleep with it under the pillow at night. So I think
going to be attracted to.
Who is she going to be attracted to? She may want somebody that's more than what she is, or she may be okay with somebody that's less. That's what I say. It's always like you can't pinpoint it, but there's plenty of women who's out there with that masculine, or not even whatever, that energy, and they want somebody that's maybe not like them. They want somebody that's opposite of them. So they may find somebody that's maybe a little softer or, whatnot. But I think in the grand scheme of things, we both know, we see situations where a female made more than the dude and she kind of threw it in his face. And she was only making like 5,000 more than him, on a year, and just threw it in his face like, oh, I make more money than you, or like but there's not, every female is not like that. There's some that really don't. I've met a chick who she made bank. Like you said.
Beth lost service for a sec. All right, real quick, let me respond to that. In the words of Mike Tyson, the scholar, the legend, the philosopher, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And why do I say that? I think that a woman will be cool with accepting that role until something goes down. I think a woman is cool with a lot of times we accept roles, we sign up for positions, but we don't know whether we're actually built for it until we get tested in that situation. That could be financially. It could be like you find out a lot, maybe when you lose a job or something, if your husband or wife is a go-getter, you find out a lot about what type of person that is. That's why I like golf, because there's so many different, you learn a lot about people when you go through adversity, whatever. Getting back to this, if a woman is the protector, and y'all tell me, and then I'm going to get to the comments, I promise. If a woman is a protector and she's walking down the street and she runs into a guy and they get into an altercation, or maybe it's an altercation between the two guys, and then the woman steps in as the protector, and let's say she gets punched in the face, or it becomes physical between her and the woman, her and the guy, because she's stepping in, the middle to protect her guy. If she gets trashed, she's gonna resent that guy. If she gets trashed by another guy and her guy could not protect her, she is 100% going to resent that guy. That's just my opinion. So everything sounds good in ideal situations, but when things hit the fan, just like when you see with the pandemic, when everybody's fighting over Charmin toilet paper, you're not necessarily thinking the same. We that survival mode activates, right? So in survival mode, what do? You do what is going to put yourself in the best position to survive. That's all you care about. And we live in so much privilege right now to where it's okay for a woman to say, "Oh, I'm the protector." That's the world that we live in. So we have the privilege of being in a world and in a society where a woman can say she's the protector, but when shit hits the fan, I don't know if she's really trying to play that role, especially going up against another guy in a physical altercation or something like that. But let me get to these comments real quick, and then I'll get to you, Baz. Ant wrote, Dak, hold up.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Najah wrote, definitely. Hold on, let me move in. Damn, screen's so small. Definitely a setup. They want to dumb our kids down and make them unhealthy. Who knows what they try and put in our kids' bodies. It's a fact. So I think that was, yeah. Lucille wrote, the sad thing, my bad, we're so late on catching up with these comments. Lucille wrote, the sad thing is that black is coming against black while everyone else is already coming against us. We have to band together and be one big family. Black people need to go on a retreat. I'm here for it. Set it up, Lucille. Set up the retreat. Queez wrote, more motivation. Get that battery in your back. Facts. Najah wrote, and that's exactly why I chose not to give my sons any vaccines, and they are flourishing. Oh, dang, we really behind. My bad. I'll be honest, Dak. When I met my ex, she made more than I did. We joined income, flipped some houses, started 2 small businesses, started my personal business that I run now. I now out-earn her 3-fold. Let's go, Ant. You did it the right way, baby. Let me stop. Her out-earning you doesn't have to be forever. Well, that's what I was very clear, and I said on a consistent basis, consistently throughout the relationship. I can't be in that. But now, Ant, if you would have put your pride to the side and just accepted, oh, she's just making more than me. It just is what it is. That wasn't in you. I'm sure there was a lot of you inside that was encouraged and inspired to say, like, nah, I got to be the breadwinner. I got to be the guy. Because unless you put the bread up, you're not the guy. And I know that may sound a little harsh, but I'm just talking business stuff. Unless you put the bread up, you're not the guy. And Ant wrote, it's teamwork, man. I get that. It's teamwork. I get all that. But we expect the quarterback to be a leader. On the best teams, the quarterbacks are good leaders. The coaches are good leaders. So, and part of that leadership, I mean, to each their own. Bez, going back to what you said, I'm very big right now on to each their own. And I told my boy that I was discussing earlier, I'm like, yo, if it works for you, then cool. Like if it works that way, bro. Yeah, it has to be. If it works for you, then cool.
There's too many people in this world. There's too many people. There's no universal law to say it should be this way, it should be that way. Like, there's too many people out here that everybody's gonna be different. I can't expect a person over here to think the same thing I'm thinking. That's why And going back to religion, that's why I kind of folded away from it, because it's like people in the religious realm are telling other, like, no, this is the way. Jesus is the only way to heaven. Jesus is the only way to connect God. Then you got the Muslims saying, well, no, you got to pray 5 times a day to connect God. You got to do this and connect. And the Jewish is saying this, no, this is. So it's like, no, every like you said, to each their own, but there's no just one way to anything.
So let me ask you this. There's no one universal way. But if we did accept a universal way, do you think we'd be in a better position, the majority of us? And let me kind of give some context around the question. There's certain things that we can sit here and say, oh, that works in relationships, cool. But we can also be realistic and say, like, hey, for the majority of relationships to have the best chance of being successful, this is how it typically goes. And is it wrong to push that when you know that if you're a community person, if your responsibility is the community, let's say that, you want to give the message that's going to give the majority of community members the best opportunity to be successful, right? Or do you tell them, like, oh, no, do what you want? And if you know that that's going to lead to not as many of them being successful, which do you choose? Because I can sit here and say all those things that you said about religion are true. But what I'm realizing now, like the space that I'm in now, is that we are nowhere near responsible or mature enough to not follow something.
So as that person, trying to guide a relationship, I think they can say, well, hey, this is the way me and my wife does it, me and my spouse do it. This has worked for us over the years. We're just trying to pass knowledge.
You're losing a little bit of service, man.
Push it on to the people that's in there listening. Huh?
Go ahead. It cut out for a sec, but go ahead.
I said, I don't think we can push it on to the people and say, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how. I think you can just say, well, this is how we do it. This worked for us. There's plenty of different ways that, I think everybody's got to find really what works best for them. But
then everybody's starting the game from scratch. Like, isn't one of the best things, isn't that one of the most important things about culture, that you're able to pass down traditions that are going to put people in positions to be more successful, not have to start the race from the beginning again?
No, absolutely. But even with a job, or even if you have a business and you start a business for your kids and say, I'm passing this down on so you guys can, your kids may grow and they may not want to be in that business. We talk about fathers all the time who put a football in their son's head because they used to play football. So now they try to push that same dream onto their kid instead of letting their kid kind of develop and figure out what they want to do, the path they kind of want to go, but they push the football in their hand and then they mold them into that.
Which is the problem though? Is the problem that they're molding their kid? Like, because my problem with the football aspect is you're choosing to push your kid in a sport or in a industry where it's not likely for them to be successful in. Like, so that's my issue with us just pushing our kids in sports. If we're pushing our kids in other areas, let's say to become more knowledgeable, or I don't know, in other areas that are going to be, at least give them a skill that they can rely on, for the rest of their lives, I don't necessarily have as big of an issue as that. Now, I can push you and mold you to want to take over the family business. And I'm not sure if you caught me, Bez. But my issue would be is,
the last thing I heard you say was about, you get me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You saying them pushing kids into football into something that's really not.
So that's my issue. My issue is what we're pushing our kids in. Like, we're pushing our kids. It's just not likely for our kids to be successful in football. And those skills that you're going to invest everything
into, as long as you believe in God,
are not huh?
I said, as long as you believe in God, coach.
That's going off on the tangent. See, but getting back to this, I don't have a problem with kids being pushed in. If there's a family business and I'm grooming you to take over that, I'm gonna groom you to take over that. Now you can make whatever decision when it comes down to it, but to always just tell our kids you could do whatever, I think we lose a lot of the foundational skills and their development because we're just allowing them to just do whatever. And then they get to a point where, because you've been allowed to do whatever your entire development, now you become an adult and now you're forced and pigeonholing yourself into only certain opportunities because you weren't molded at one particular thing. So my issue is not with parents molding their kids and pushing their kids in certain areas. My issue is where we're pushing our kids. Like, why are we pushing our kids in sports? If we use that same energy that we pushed them in sports to push them in other areas, we'd be much more successful. And you see it in other cultures.
I think some of them may think like, well, hey, I didn't have a father to push me around in this sport to get me better. I had the skill. Some of them think I had the skill to maybe go on and play college and maybe, keep developing, but nobody pushed me. So they may think, well, you know what, maybe I'm passing my genes on in my young child, but now let me have that push that I didn't receive, and maybe they'll do something with it.
But a push is different than developing somebody, right? Like it's almost as if you got a lot of fathers out here that push their kids in football, but they don't know anything about football. They don't know how to develop their kids into becoming that. So my issue is not just the pushing, but the molding. Like when I see kids that are molded to develop certain skills, certain lessons that they'll be able to apply in various areas of life. For one, just developing soft skills, the ability to sell yourself, these type of things, they're universal. They are universal. You know what I'm saying? Those type of skills are universal to any industry. So I'm saying more so, I don't have an issue with pushing those.
Yeah, what I would want to push is, like you said, something that educated, communication, just have always they want to football, they can be successful. Whether they can always be successful with having just other type attributes instead of just showing them one way. Like, I remember I heard something where the dude said, there's no such thing, like going back to religion, because people do the same thing with religion. It's like, there's no such thing as a Christian child. Like, your child is a child. You are Christian as an adult, and you raised them as Christian, but they didn't decide that. That's how you raised them, and you're leading them that way, but they didn't choose that on their own. So there's no such thing as a Christian child. Once they become adults and really understand it, then they can choose if that's what they want to do. So I think, I don't say you could do anything, but I do want to open my kids' eyes up, because like there's so much stuff you could do. Like, I don't want to just point them in one direction of doing something, but I do want to give certain tools that will help them be successful in any direction they go, which is, like I said, I think more so character building, more so being deeply rooted as a person and, speaking your mind, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with that. I agree 100% with that. I think that the only kids learn by what they see, right? Not by what you tell them. Kids embrace what they see. So the only issue with telling kids, and I know you already clarified that this is not where you're going with it, but the only issue with telling kids, oh, you could do whatever, you don't have to, I'm not pushing you in any area, you kind of just figure it out on your own, which a lot of kids do have the ability to do so. They're not able to learn from a particular experience. So let's say that I have if my dad had a company, I'm able to learn firsthand knowledge of what it's like. Like this is literally what we go to school and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for. And it's still not as valuable as me learning business in an actual business in real time from somebody who's doing the business, going through the ups and downs and being able to see that. So if for me, I'd rather teach my kid that myself. And like you said, it's going to be learning. He's going to be able to transfer these skills into any area that, they decide to go in. But I'm all for, pushing kids, but just being smart about it, and just being smart about what areas we're pushing them in. So
definitely.
But
even if your pops was I know you. Oh yeah, you can catch up on it. But even if your pops would say, "Okay, bring you to the business and show you how it's ran," I feel like pops should also take you to the motherfucking to some mechanic school or some car shop to say, "Oh, this is how," just to learn that as well, or take you some library, or some art museum, just to, whatever. Just touch on all areas. See what that kid wants to do, or see what that kid is kind of drawn to, and then start pushing them into that field or that thing that they're kind of drawn to. So I definitely agree, push them, like you said, push them in the right direction, but it may not be the same field or the same thing that I was in. Like, I'm a trucker right now. Yeah, I can show, if I had a kid, I can show them, bring them in the truck with me, teach them some things about the truck, but I'm not going to push them to become an owner operator. Hey, this is how, but I would show them this, but then I would also hope to open them to other experiences and see what they kind of gravitate to, and then say, okay, now we got to put in the work for that instead of putting in for this, but at least this as well.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And I think what you can almost end up doing is taking the journey with your child, because there may be a bunch of things that you may not have, done, or certain things that can make you more worldly. You know what I'm saying? And if you can go on the journey, with your dad, as he's learning more about art, as he's learning more about, his spiritual, religious journey, whatever it may be. No, I think there's a lot of value in that, regardless of, what your industry you're in. And I think it's just key for a lot of us. And I think even with your kid being around you in the truck, they're going to learn certain habits, seeing dad get up every day, get up early, see how dad moves in the truck stop, see how dad's paying attention to different things. All these different things they're still developing that may not even directly be related to the actual mechanics of driving the truck, but they're still learning it. So yeah, I'm with all that. I'm with all that. But I like exposing the kids to different things, like you said, and then, seeing what they kind of have an interest in and then pushing them in that. I like that. Let me get to these chats. So on Najah, we late, man. I think Najah wrote, that's between me and my man, talking about the other video. Ant wrote, yeah, facts. I was only cool with it because I knew how to flip her income to make more for us. Now this only works because she still let me lead. That's a big point. So let me ask you this, Ant. She made you feel, you still felt like the king of your castle with her making more? Like, I'm being honest. She and if she made you feel that way, that's an exceptional thing. And I wouldn't just take that for granted, as far as just thinking that a lot of other women would feel the same. I don't know. Ladies, y'all tell me. Ant wrote, I also have learned young to check my pride and ego when I need to. That's a big thing. That's what we talked about, the self-control in the book last week. That self-control aspect, being able to check the pride, being able to check the ego. Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure that I missed that one. Yeah, facts. Hold on. All right. Queez wrote, math is the only universal thing. Count up, LOL. Facts. That money's still there. Najah wrote, I cannot imagine being with a man that I would have to step in to protect. Absolutely not. I don't care. LOL. Yeah. Let me be very clear on this. I don't care if your woman can protect herself, maybe even could protect you a little bit. There has to be a certain level of, I don't know, urgency when it comes to us being in shape. We have to be in physical shape. It changes everything. Walking in a room is different. Walking in a room with your significant other is different. Having, I don't know, your kids see you as a strong, like, it's something that we got to get to. it's just gonna give us a certain level of confidence, a certain level of strength that I think you just can't replace in other areas. I'll just put it that way. Even with money, to me, your physical fitness is the one thing that even money, it can overcome it in certain areas, but walking into a room is just different. Where that it could be the richest man in the room, and he's looking up to this person with a better physique. It just is what it is. It just, it goes back to, I don't know. That's the jungle, I guess. Those are the jungle rules, but I don't know. Maybe I'm off. I may be wrong. Queez wrote, Booby Miles. Lucille wrote, so true. Kids do what they see, not what we teach them. Definitely. Queez wrote, push is different than force. Nothing wrong with pushing your kids to something. I agree. And Najah wrote, of course, we can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink, but you are still leading nonetheless. That's another good point. There's so many different areas. And I feel like, especially, I don't know, there's always just an opportunity to get better, to grow. But the worst our community is doing, there are opportunities. Go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead. You there?
Nah, I was laughing at the comment you.
Am I here? Can y'all see me? Am I tripping? Or that's just Bez's. That's Bez's. Do y'all hear me? I think I'm still on. All right. Well, let me keep talking. We'll get Bez. Bez on the road. But now we always appreciate Bez insight, even though the service is going in and out in the truck. We got to tell them to get some Wi-Fi in the truck. That's what we got to do. All right. So this next topic that we're going to get to before we finish it up is, hold on. Let me get Bez back in. All right, Bez, you there? Yeah, you there. We can hear you. Go ahead. Give your thoughts, and then I'm going to switch it. Go ahead. Nah, we get it, bro. You on the road. It's going out, Bez. Bez, you got your Wi-Fi on? If you got your Wi-Fi on, turn it off. We can't hear you. All right, Bez, hold on. I'm going to play this video, and then hopefully your service clicks back in by then. But let me play this video. Yeah, it's still out. All right, so let me take this. Let me show this video. Let me show this video, and then we'll get Bez going. All right, where's the video at? It is on our guy. It's on our guy. Can y'all see him? All right, let me do this real quick. Let me show y'all the video.
Said it encouraged teams to take a look at The NFL has said it encouraged teams to take a look at Kaepernick. The Raiders invited him to a team workout just last year. And in 2019, the league offered him a closed tryout in front of all 32 teams. But he was a no-show, instead holding his own workout in front of cameras with only a handful of teams. In his letter to the Jets, Kaepernick writing that his training schedule has remained the same for 6 years. But experts say the 35-year-old Kaepernick has been out of the league for too long.
They won. After 4 or 5 years, it's over. You have kept him out of the league for so long.
As of November 2019, when he had that tryout that the NFL organized and he elected not to show up, I said on First Take the next morning, it is over. He's done.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more.
Mark Brown, he got the voice, man. All right, so that's the Kaepernick video. And real quick, let me catch up on the comments because I see that I didn't get to all the ones on the last topic. But, you know, we bounce around. My ears, these damn headphones. I need the buds. I'm going to start wearing the earbuds. I can't do these. All right. So Tafari wrote, you are so right. People move out of your way and show you love when you're in shape. Yo, it's just a different feeling. It's just a different feeling. a different confidence associated with it, a different energy walking in when you know somebody takes care of themselves. It allows you to be, kind of more chill, to where if you cannot protect yourself, then you need to be more on guard and all this other stuff. But it's like, that's why you see the people that are always so aggressive and stuff, like, somebody that can really protect themselves, they just kind of low key laid back. Kiki wrote, yeah, I couldn't be with a person who I feel can't protect me. I would be talking hella trash about him in my head and eventually resent him. Just being honest. Yo, it's a fact. Yo. But Kiki, why do you think, I don't know, why do you think most women won't say it? Because clearly my buddy, my brother's friend growing up, it wasn't my, let me stop. Clearly my homeboy, he clearly thinks that his wife is okay with that. And just that and I don't even know if that's the exact situation with them, but if he's thinking that it's okay, then that means I'm just gonna assume, well, let's just assume for this instance that he believes that his wife feels the same way. I don't think that she really does, yo. It's hard for me to really just accept the fact that I don't know. I think she's lying. I think she's just lying and wants to not make him feel bad about not. I don't know. It's these convos sometimes get tough. Baz said his service no good. It's all good, Baz. We'll tap in with you next time. And Ant wrote, laughing my ass off. That's fair at Kiki and the Ja. All right, so now we getting on. And Ant wrote, Dak, your homeboy, small pause. Yeah, skinny, average build. Definitely average build. Didn't necessarily play sports growing up. Just average build. Yeah, yeah, let's move on. Cap need to find something else, yo. All right, so how y'all feel about Kaepernick, bro? And this is what happened, in case y'all aren't aware. Kaepernick wrote, let me see if I can find it. Somebody send me the link. Kaepernick wrote a letter to the Jets. Let me see if I can get it up on here. So Cap wrote a letter. All right, hold on. I think Baz is back. Hold on. Yo, what you think about Cap letter, bro?
Cap a fool.
Yo, so, all right, so they may not know. So Kaepernick wrote a letter. We keep having to go back and forth, but hold on, because Ant wrote something. I think his wife might believe that's okay until shit pop off. Her opinion will change. Facts, yo, that's what I think. I think everything good until it hits the fan, until you actually called to do some protecting. Kiki wrote, exactly. Some women can't admit it because they don't want to hurt the man's ego. Y'all egos are so precious sometimes. Our egos are precious all the time, unfortunately. It just is what it is, especially when it comes to, and especially, well, let me actually rephrase that. Our egos in certain areas, like when it comes to protection, you cannot make a man feel like he's incapable of protecting you. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. Let's get back to Kaepernick. So Kaepernick, Tafari wrote, I'll never hire somebody that sues me. yo, Cap wrote a letter to the Jets saying pretty much like, yo, please bring me on your team. I'll even be on practice squad. Just bring me on. You won't regret it. And I have to admit, it made me uncomfortable.
You got nothing to lose.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I was adding, that's what he said. You got nothing to lose by bringing me on.
See, that's like, it's, so this is what I think happened. Or you tell me your thoughts first, Baz, while we got the great service, and then I'll tell you my thoughts a bit on it.
Yeah, Cap, just like my man said, you've been out the
All right, Baz, pivot. I'm gonna go first because your service is a little in and out. I'll go first and then you go. All right. What I think's happening with Kaepernick, I think he's questioning everything. I think that Kaepernick and his movement, Know Your Rights, I think they had a lot of commercial success. as far as how it was popularized through social media, I think that he had a lot of social media success, I should say, to where everybody, calls him a hero. They did a Netflix documentary or movie on him. He was getting celebrated, all these different things on the cover of different magazines, all these things. But he still can't play and do what he loves. And now that he's probably realizing that although he protested and although he took a stand and although I celebrated him, a lot of people celebrated him for being willing to really sacrifice just to take a stand. It was pretty much for nothing. And why I say it was pretty much for nothing is because we still got the same issues, if not more. Kaepernick did not move the needle one bit on what he was trying to do, in my opinion. And I don't think it's Kaepernick's fault. I still celebrate Kaepernick because I think that he had great intentions. And I just don't think that enough of us were ready to receive it. Enough of us were ready to actually stand on some of the things that he was voicing. And I really think he's just questioning the fact, like, yo, this wasn't even worth it. I could have done this after my career or something like that. I really think he's thinking that. He cannot play. Like, the fact that he would go back, that just, it just, I don't know. I felt something in my stomach that I didn't like.
Terrible.
I don't know. It felt bad to me.
That's like you trying to, what he's doing look like he's like, you just out of a relationship that didn't work, whatever, and you just like begging to come back. And you just keep begging and begging and begging to come back. And it's like, bro, it's over. Move on. Continue life, man. It's life is more life outside the NFL, bro. Like, come on now. You a smart brother. I don't know what you want to prove.
But is there?
Like,
is there?
I don't know what you want to do, bro. It's over. Like,
yeah, but is there for him? Because in his head, even with the tryout, like, once you made a lot of these decisions, you had to understand. Oh man, come on, bro. But you had to understand that the actions that you were taking, they're not gonna let you in. And somebody actually pointed out something where it's like everything that he was saying, when you look at the league now, half of the quarterback, I think 14 of the 32 starting quarterbacks the first week, or I don't know if there were any bye weeks. I guess not. The first week, 14 starting quarterbacks. And I heard 11 out of the top 13 or 8 out of the top 11 quarterbacks that are paid, highest paid quarterbacks, are black. And I think Cap sees a lot of this and probably attributes maybe some of what he did to get to this point, but he's not able to personally benefit from it. And I think it's eating him up inside. And I don't know. Like, I feel him, yo. I feel him, yo. He really took a stand for something that was important to him. I was riding with him. I'm still riding with him. But I really feel bad because he's never, like, I don't see him being able to play again. And just the fact that he wrote that letter and then made the decision to show it to J. Cole so J. Cole could show people, to me, it just felt a little sad. Like, I was sad, bro. I'm like, Cap, you better than this, bro. Like, there's certain ego and pride you got to stand on, bro. Like, because now it's just looking like, damn, maybe the NFL is that amazing to where you keep wanting to come. You know what I'm saying?
Got that good.
Hold on, let me take this. Let me take this. Turn this heat off. Hold on. I was wondering why I'm so damn hot. I want to be on that side. There we go. Yeah. All right. So I don't know. That's Cap. Hold on. Let me look at these comments. And the Ja wrote something. Hold on. This is about the other. Najaro facts. My son is 3, and his main focus right now is being strong as a superhero and having coins. Yeah. Superhero and get to the bag with integrity, of course. Y'all know how I go. Ant Rope, Dak, what does life look like opportunity-wise after the NFL for you? Yo, I'm a god, so therefore everything's available for me. Everything is available for me. I really do believe that. And like I told y'all before, I'm kind of just joking. The fact that I'm a god, that doesn't make opportunities available for me. But because of my upbringing, you know, with my parents always preaching academics, always preaching a plan outside of football. Football was never my priority. So therefore, when I went through life, I always knew that there would have to be something else after it. So fortunately, I had a foundation to where I was able to transition very easily. Like my biggest issue right now is that there's too many opportunities for me to actually take advantage of. And sometimes I spread myself thin to the point where it's like, you're not giving your all to this. You're not, I don't know. Like just the fact, like people love sports. Like just think about the conversation that we're having about Deion, why Deion is so polarizing, because Americans are addicted to sports. So therefore, when you understand this and just being able to have a conversation to where, every meeting that we go to, my homegirl Heidi, kind of my partner. Well, she is my partner. My partner Heidi, she finds a way to tell these people, and not in a way to where it's like, oh, this is all David brings to the table, but hell yeah, you better celebrate that. That's a tremendous accomplishment, like from a competitive standpoint. So she'll say it and people will just love to talk about it. You know, like people who I probably wouldn't have been able to just sit down and have a conversation with just when they find out that, oh, you play football? Oh, shoot. Yeah. Like all this other stuff. You know what I mean? And it's just life. So I'm not going to sit here and not take advantage of it. I want to make sure that my value is always something outside of that and way bigger than just that. But that's a great icebreaker to kind of let people know, like, this is what it is. Get them to take a chance at whatever it is that we're working on, and then let the work speak for itself. But yeah, that's been my experience. Life is amazing, bro. Life is amazing.
Life is amazing.
Life is amazing, man. And also you got to understand, we live in the greatest country in the world. Like, of course, like, what you mean? Of course it's going to be amazing. Kiki wrote, "You're not joking. Talk that. It's a fact. Yo, y'all know how I feel. I'm a god out here. Everything is for me, bro. Everything is available for me, yo. Until somebody shows me otherwise, everything is available. There's never been anything that I set my mind to that I haven't locked in, with the exception of relationships. We still working on that. But everything else, bro, like, I'm being real. That's been the only category. Everything else, I get what I work for, and with the simple fact is because I'm just not going to stop. I went to the store the other day to the embroidery shop to make some hoodies. And even with that, with the OG stuff, like I realized, like, there's other people that started clothing lines after seeing what we was doing. And they just kept going. You know what I'm saying? We just decided to stop and pause for a bit. But all you got to do is keep going to be successful in anything. You just got to keep going. Like, you just got to keep knocking down that door, keep chopping the wood. But and then you
also one thing at a time too.
And that's why I said my biggest issue is
you just said,
that's one of my biggest issues, where it's like if you're trying to do everything well, you're not going to do anything well. Like, it just is what it is. When you're trying to do everything well, you're not going to do anything well. It has to be in stages, to where that's one of the reasons why we said, like, the reason why you walked away from coaching. I got to focus a little bit on this.
I got to build up my finances because like you said, I want to build up my finances so now I can start really seriously dating. And having kids. It's all just kind of trickles. Like, instead of you just trying to do all that at once, I'm going to have a kid. I'm having, plus I'm a coach doing something I love, but I'm not really getting fully compensated for it. Like, nah, that's not, I think it's always steps to certain things. You just do one thing, just check it off, and just keep checking it off.
I got a question,
One step at a time when you climb that ladder.
Facts. I got a random question, man. Kiki, when can you cam up? Like, the more I think about this, like, you know what's wild? Every problem that we talk about, every issue, a lot of it comes back to like relationships, being able to build a family, building it. And I know this had absolutely nothing to do with what we were talking about. Kiki, you got to cam up one day and we got to do this dating show. We got to get Kiki. We got to get Kiki. And we got to, yeah, we're going to get Kiki right. We've been talking about it for a while. That was totally sidebar, but yeah, hold on. Let me get to these comments. What Queez wrote Baltimore. What Queez write Baltimore for?
Because that's where my little shorty from Baltimore.
Oh, my bad. I ain't know. I was like, go on, Queez. Consistency and focus is key. That's a fact. Don't say Bez walked away. He refocused on something else. Walk away sounds like he gave up a bit. It's all perspective. I like that. We don't quit. He just took a pause. Yeah, just hold on. I gotta refocus in this area. I like that, Ant.
I was coaching. I was working part-time at like 3 different jobs. I was coaching, part-time personal trainer, part-time group home, and part-time Amazon. 4 part-times. And then I said, you know what? I was like 12 credits from getting my degree. I didn't really like know what I wanted to do degree, but I said, yo, I'm right there. Like, bro, you might as well just pay for it. So I said, something got to go. I can't do all this together. So I had to give up the thing that was paying the least and take it up the most time, which was coaching. So I gave that up. I started working full time, and then I went back to school, got my degree. Then that's when I got my CDL also. And now we here running it up.
Building.
Yeah, exactly.
Running it up, all that. Opportunities presenting themselves.
Once I get to where, then I'll definitely, if I'm in a great state, I always say the great state, I'm just talking shit, but yo, Texas, I feel like in Texas is so big opportunity. I think it's opportunities everywhere, but I think, Texas is a good state, and it kind of fits with a lot of things that I like. It is a conservative state, but they also about work and stuff. If I want to go back to coaching, shoot, I may be able to find something out there, or who knows, but
now you definitely have to be around some kids.
And then we'll see.
I do definitely
need to be around some young. I'm a kid myself.
Yeah, but I think that's what allows. But I think they may be fooled with seeing you on here, because when you're coaching them kids, you ain't laughing and joking. Like you get what I'm saying?
Oh nah, yeah.
Yeah.
Serious,
So,
but then they also know, like,
yeah. But I think that's what makes it so valuable, and that's why you got to not only be around kids, but you got to have kids. You got to have a family, because kids need to see, those same kids need to see you interacting as a father. You know what I'm saying? Because they paying attention, especially with the coach. And for all the reasons why you don't like Deion, no, for real. I get it, because you just understand the impact that how a coach, their personality and everything rubs off on kids. That's what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So going back to your boy, so another thing, like, I do love what he's doing, with his kids, but it's like, here's a question I have for you. I want you to think about. I said, will Deion have this same passion once his sons are done playing football? Because we noticed that he coached them in Little League, and then he left that Little League team and went to, high school with them, or, then he coached them in high school. Then he left that high school team and went to college with them. Then he coached them in college. And, once they leave, will he still have that same passion? I question that. And then I kind of said, well, why do you keep following? Like, why do you want to be this one to say, I coach my kids all throughout, nobody else coached them, it was just me? Like, why, what's the infatuation with that? Why not just let, I don't know. But that's, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be, I definitely think that whatever Shador, not Shiloh, wherever Shador goes.
Shiloh about action, though.
Huh?
Shiloh about action.
Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hey, Bez, entertain them for a sec. Hold on.
Entertain them for a sec. What you want me to do? Start Fucking doing cartwheels or something. It's good, beautiful people. How many we got in the chat? We got 3,000 people today. Oh man. I know some of y'all here, but I don't know y'all. A lot of y'all. Everybody know me as Bez. Real name is Jarrell. I got on the thing, Dawson Nasir, because that's Dawson is a name I always loved from the Street Fighter character.
Shiloh!
If I could choose my name, I'm choosing Dawson. Oh, he put the Shiloh about action, bro.
Yo,
he about action.
Big Shiloh, yo. When I saw him, hold on. You know what play I'm talking about?
I like him.
When he came up and filled on that screen or whatever it was.
Which game? Because he came up with a lot of games,
Hold on.
bro.
Hold on. All right, y'all got to give it a sec. Hold on. Y'all got to give this a sec. Hold on. I put this on my story. Hold on. It's on his page. Hold on. It's on Shiloh's page. Hold on. Let me find this.
He about action. I like Shador, but Shador, I don't know if he want to, he just like his pops too much. Like, Shiloh is like his own.
That's what they say, though. That's what Deion Sanders Jr. said.
Yeah,
he said Shiloh like the black sheep. Shiloh do what Shiloh want. And that's
exactly.
When I bought this jersey, the reason why I bought it is because when they were leaving to go to Jackson State, Shiloh was the one that was like pretty much like, nah, like, yo, we here at Jackson State, we made a commitment here. Like when Shador and Deion was going to Colorado, they still got a game to play. And Shador wearing the Colorado hat, Shiloh like, yo, take that hat off, bro. Like really coming at him. Hold on, let me see if I can find this play. Hold on. I got it. Oh, wait. Oh my God, y'all gotta see this. Hold on. I gotta take this jersey off. It's hot. But yeah, I bought this jersey and it's signed. And my joint signed by Big Shiloh. You feel me? I haven't worn it. I don't be really wearing jerseys like that, but I had to show Shiloh some love.
See, I mess with Prime because of that. Because he put all, even Deion Sanders Jr., Colorado already got his own marketing team, their own social media team. And he brought him in and put him on. He gonna do stuff too. And he do behind the scenes, he on YouTube, get his likes, YouTube money. You talking about Deion Jr.? Deion Jr., yeah.
Oh, you don't like that?
So no. I said I appreciate that.
Oh, I didn't have the headphones on. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, no. I said I appreciate that. I like how he brought all his stuff. Even when he had his first press conference, he said, Deion Sanders, he said, there go my son, Junior. He said, all that stuff you see on social media, all that, he's the one who do it. So that I appreciate. But then
family business.
Right. And I just say coach because it's not just your kids, you got other kids as well. And then when you say who, when they ask
I get it. But
come on, bro.
Yeah, he that's never gonna. There's always certain things that I feel you're gonna look at somebody, and even though it may be something small or in the big scheme of things, they made for you that situation just told you about his personality. So I understand what you're saying, but let me play this hit that Bez and
I don't know, Queez.
Hold on.
Hey, up at them, he go off.
Can y'all hear it? Can y'all see it? All right, hold on.
All right, now don't be having getting an accident.
Hold on. Headache. CEO of Headache Gang. Hey. Look at my boy come up on it.
Hey, up at them, he go off. I heard he do that sneaky talk. I heard he was a sneaky dog.
Yo, you see him holding his head?
Then I sneaky dog.
We gotta see it again.
Hey, the beat go off?
Hey. You can't really see it.
He go off?
Doesn't really see it.
I heard he do that sneaky talk. Hey. I heard he was a sneaky dog.
Just having our own little. All right, so hold on. Let me get off of this. Let me play the last topic
but
that we had.
Ended up in the hospital, right?
Who did?
Shiloh.
For real? For what?
After that game, he was pissing up blood. After that goal line, he got ran at the goal line.
He got trucked.
But yeah.
What's crazy?
But
I think he needs.
that
He
shit.
need, I don't think he's strong to the point where he can just. He got to run. He needs a run. He's gonna get a running start, and that's where he's gonna get you. Like just being able to stop like a goal line stance in the hole where you ain't got 20 yards to run.
He's not that thick.
Yeah, he not that. He's not stopping that. But when he gets a run, he's shooting. He's not breaking down. He is shooting like, yo. I'm looking like, yo. Because I never was like, I'm like, yo, how you just keep running? Like, I'm scared to miss the tackle. Like, you got to break down, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, thump into him. But, all right, hold on. Let me make sure before we get into this last category, let me catch up on everybody's. Queez wrote one thing about Bez. He gonna do what he say he gonna do. LOL. He was talking about driving trucks at Virginia Union. Ugh. Ant wrote Kiki cam up. Let's go. Kiki wrote LOL. I find a man naturally. I don't need y'all Negroes. The dating show is not for me. Damn, Kiki. Nah, she ain't right there. She ain't say that part. The Negroes. My man said put on a show in the truck, laughing my ass off. Yo, Bez, do a cartwheel. 2-1 in the house, bro. I'm telling you, big Shiloh. Dak said he watched that play like 100 times. Yo, I'm telling you, I could not stop watching that play. The daughter's still at Jackson State playing basketball. I thought she was at Colorado.
Yeah, I think that's what I said, Queez. I don't know about that because I seen the press conference and they said, oh, they about to practice at 12. And Dion was like, oh, I may go check her out, but she don't like me coming into practice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Shalomi, I think is her name. I'm pretty sure she's at Colorado.
Yeah, I think she transferred.
Dion ain't having that. What you mean, Queez? That's part of that's in the deal. Like, what you mean?
We all coming.
Yeah,
not just one, all of us.
Come on now.
I like that, bro. I like that. I'm all for that. I get it. But I just say that other side. That's all I'm like.
It's cool. It's cool. You gotta be able to look at both. So. All right, let me get into this last topic, Bez. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. We're going to talk about prayer. We're going to talk about the power of prayer. All right, hold on. Let me make sure I got this up for y'all.
I don't pray anymore.
You lying.
I don't.
All right, here we go.
I feel like if we say there's a God that knows us and knows what our wants and our needs are, why do I need to pray?
Because you're not praying for God, you're praying for you. You feel me?
Right?
Hold on. No, you're not praying for God, you're praying for you. Hold on. Let me play this. You tell me what you.
Now, how often do you pray?
Every day. Sometimes a few times a day. Sometimes half the day. Sometimes in meditation. Sometimes on my knees. Sometimes in the shower. And, you know what I mean? There's no limitations on where you can pray at. So, you know what I mean? Talk to him. Pray. Get people to pray for you. It's very therapeutic and it helps, believe it or not. And don't just pray when you get a flat tire or when you in need. Pray often.
Now, how often do you pray?
What you think, Bez?
Sometimes.
What you thinking, Bez?
Well, meditation is. Well, you said meditation is you connecting with you. Prayer to me is when you reach out to God.
Let's look it up.
Like I said, I really, it's funny because when I converted over to Islam, I had conversations with people that were Christian. They told me they're going to pray for me. And I laughed. And I'm like, why would you pray for me? Like, am I doing something wrong? And like, oh, we're just praying, like, we want to get you back. I said, get me back to what? Christianity? Like my mother, like close people to me. My mother, you know what I'm saying, is my late, like, I'm going to pray for you. And I say, what? Like, don't, like, that's like a slap in the face to me. That's an insult because you're basically saying what you're doing is wrong. And I'm going to pray for you to come back to what I'm doing, which is right. So, like I said, I don't pray because personally, I don't, my view on God has changed. And I feel like I said, if I feel like, again, I do meditate, but prayer, giving thanks to God or asking God for something, because it does, prayer is a part of asking. Ask so you shall receive. I feel like if God knows my heart, supposedly, if God knows my desires, supposedly, if God knows what I need, supposedly, he should give me that. Like, I don't need to pray and ask him for it. My prayers shouldn't be able to move a God as powerful as such. Like, if God is all this powerful being, my small prayers for my small being in this huge universe shouldn't move God. God should, do as God does, supposedly.
But are you moving? See, to me, it's less about God because, all right, so why do you think that you're more likely? I think it's 43% more likely to accomplish something that you write it down.
Right.
So,
but I don't think that's not acute, and that's not prayer.
No. Well, this is what I think. I think religions hijack prayer, because I think religions, when I say that they hijack prayer, like, religion doesn't own prayer, in my opinion. Like, prayer is a conversation that you're having either with yourself, it could be with the universe, it could be with the God, it could be, however, it's you having a conversation with yourself, and putting something out into the universe in order to receive something back. So when I say prayer, I could sit down, like, God is very, like, God is not even in my prayers, most of them, to be totally honest. Maybe he should be more, I don't know. But when I pray, I already have a certain level of acceptance and gratitude towards God just for creating me and giving me, creating me as I am, giving me everything that I need to succeed, and giving me the ability to learn everything that I may not have to succeed. So when I pray, it's more so about telling myself, I'm giving myself directions. Like, when I pray, like, this is what I'm doing. Like, I literally have my prayer by 4:24 a.m. on 11/14/23. I will have in my possession X amount of dollars. I will accomplish this by I go through the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's not prayer, though. That's like more manifestation.
But why? What makes one and not the other? That would be my question. That's how I pray. You think that? So you're saying that God has to be involved?
No. But I listened to someone that said most arguments and most debates come from definitions, from how people define things differently.
Yeah.
So we was just about to go on a little, but you define prayer like that. I define prayer differently. So that's why I kind of stepped out. Like, okay, you are right.
Because you have to have an association for God. Like, there has to be a God involved.
To me, prayer is when you pray to God. To me, meditation is when you are within your own thoughts and, kind of sit with yourself. And then manifestation is when you manifest and call something out into being. I feel like it's all different things, but your prayer is, what I consider, so yes.
Yeah. And my prayer, like, regardless of, me thanking God or not thanking God, like, my prayer, even if you are talking to God, I think that is still a certain level of value there, because just like these books say, these books from 100 years ago, they talk about the power of healing. We like the last conversation I had last time with the dude downstairs, he hurt his shoulder. I gave him some exercise initially, but then the next time I said, if you really want to try, a different healing aspect, I said, before you go to sleep and when you wake up, say, like, I'm so thankful that I have a body that heals itself, that I'm healthy, that I'm strong, and that I can bounce back. So when you do that, you're literally telling your body, oh, I'm healthy, I'm healing myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it, as you're putting it out there to the universe and giving yourself directions in the meantime in order to receive the things from the universe, but also for your body to kind of understand what you're saying. We all know those type of people that, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. Yeah, you're going to get sick. You're literally programming your body to get sick. But if you have a different mindset, then but not everybody necessarily embraces that way of thinking. So you're right. It comes down to, how you define it. But even if you're praying to God, I still think that there's a certain level of value that just comes from you voicing it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not the value. Yeah, that may not have nothing to do with me with God doing anything, but just me voicing it. Now I'm still giving my body, my individual universe, instructions on how I want to move forward.
Right. I heard this. I was listening to this podcast yesterday called Modern Wisdom, and the guy said, "You can't change your mind by thinking. You can only change your mind by your body." And he's basically saying, like, a lot of people try to think themselves into feeling a certain way to do a certain action. He said it should be the reverse. You should do a certain action that makes you feel a certain way, and then you will think differently. You know, and I thought about it because one day, yesterday, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I thought to myself, fuck, can't start driving till 7. It was cold as hell because I forgot I was in South Carolina. It was a little cold that morning. And I said, damn, I need to go outside and train. And I'm like, it's cold. I started thinking a lot instead of just getting up and do it. And I ended up, dozing back and then waking up and then kind of felt groggy and it just, started my day. This morning, I woke up at 4 and I was about to think myself and I said, nope, get up. And I just got up, started training, went to the shower, did all that, got my breakfast. And then I started driving around 6. And I just kind of laughed at the difference because the first day I tried to think myself into doing something and talk myself into it. And today I just kind of acted and then it kind of changed how I felt. So yes, I do feel you're supposed to speak things into existence and manifest it. But a lot of people need to just start doing that action. Like you can speak it out loud and say, I'm going to lose weight. 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 But until you start getting up and I'm going to lose weight, I'll do it. Like I'm going to, nothing will change. So I do believe in manifestation. I'll say that. I do believe in manifestation, but I'm heavy on meditating. I'm heavy on just sitting down and just closing your eyes and just coming into the universe, being one with everything around us, the sun, the wind, the air, the bugs, just everything, just becoming one, becoming centered, which is self. Because like you said, we are ultimately quote unquote gods, if you want to use the biblical term, or if you want to use from biblical references, because it says you are made in my image. So yeah.
Yeah, but just to be clear, nothing will ever replace actions. Nothing right. Ever. Like I'm with you on that. Nothing replaces nothing that you could say, write down is ever going to replace you actually getting up and doing something. You could say, I want to lose this weight. I want to be this person. I want to make this amount of money. Until you start doing it, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. No. Right. That's definitely, even if the opportunities present themselves, you can't think your way through an opportunity. You got to actually run through that opportunity. So, all right. So wanted to share that. Then I think, was there one more video? I think we already got to that. All right. So then we got, boom. A little way back when video. All right. Let me get to which one is on Instagram. All right. Let me show this last video.
Going back to prayer real quick. Mm-hmm. I think prayer does give people some hope. Does give people, sometimes I could be an ass. I could be a fucking a baiter, or I like to probe, whatever. Somebody will complain to me about something, and I'll be like, well, pray. Because I'm like, well, if you believe in prayer so much, just pray. Like, I thought I'll just throw that jab. I do think it does give people that hope that things will get better. Because there's so much that's going on that we really can't grasp or control. So I think it's just a release as well.
And I'm not asking for anything in my prayer, to be honest. I'm just, as you're talking, I'm realizing, like, I'm not asking for anything.
Right.
When I pray, I'm telling the universe how this is finna go. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm not asking for anything. Like I'm just realizing that now. Hold on, the service going out. Say it again.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah.
I said you're not asking for the person to get his job.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
I said you're not asking God, give me this job. You basically telling the universe, I'm getting this job.
Yeah, I'm saying like, and I'm letting mine goes into literally breaking down why I'm gonna get it, how I'm gonna get it, and what it's gonna feel like when I do get it, and who it's gonna impact, and in what way it's gonna impact them. Like I'm going through the whole thing. So for me, it's really
getting all that feeling, getting
like
emotions.
it ain't like, God, please give me $1 million. I hope I win this lottery. Nah, God, I don't want the lottery. I don't want to play the lottery. Like I want to get this in this way that I'm getting to it, because it's gonna be realer. I'm gonna feel it better. I'm gonna learn everything that I need to learn along the way. I don't need no lottery. Matter of fact, maybe I'll just win the lottery. Maybe I'll put that in my prayer now. I want to win the lottery, but I don't even think about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for anything. I'm really just like, I know who I am, and I know what the work that I'm willing to put in, the investment that I'm willing to make, what can happen. So I'm just saying like, yo, this is what's about to happen. If y'all want to rock out and come along and enjoy the show, then let's do it together. But that's just how I'm looking at it. And I also look at God more from a universe standpoint, probably than most religious people. I don't consider myself religious, but I don't know. It is what it is. All right, let me show you this last video, Bez, and we're gonna get out of here. Hold on. All right, so this is the way back when. Somebody sent me this, and I forget who exactly sent it to me. Hold on. Did Ant send this one? Or, I don't think you sent this one, Ant. But
my sister works here. Says they serve Reese's for breakfast. I'm thinking candy. She says not candy. Reese's Puff cereal. Before I can order, she delivers. That Reese's cup taste, filling my spoon, one bite, and I'm spinning in a rush of peanut butter and chocolatey taste.
And Reese's Puffs is part of a good breakfast.
I love them so much, I'll leave her a tip. Reese's Puffs.
It's Reese's for breakfast.
My sister works.
All right. So that was just supposed to serve us as a reminder of how dated we are, how much life we've lived on this planet, and how much more life, an amazing life that we have moving forward. I saw that video and I was like, damn, that feels like yesterday. Like I really remember it. So, and it was just a constant reminder for me that if we're not intentionally every day, going back to how we started the show, looking at everything as a tryout, everything as an opportunity that we're working towards, 20, 30, 40 years from now, we're going to look back and say, damn, like just yesterday, it felt like I was trying to do this, trying to do that, and didn't accomplish any of it because, like Bez said, all we did was maybe talk about it. We didn't take any actionable steps towards that. So every day, take advantage of every day. To me, that's one of the most godly things that people could do, just by taking advantage of everything that we have been given and doing amazing things with it. So we'll finish off with 30 seconds. These 30 seconds on Fridays, you know, we manifest, like Bez said, manifest what your day is going to look like the rest of your day to win for this week. Manifest what your weekend's going to feel like. All these different things, manifest them. It could be work things, it could be family things, it could be whatever. Let's just think about certain areas that we're going to make sure that we're following through with action to make sure that we win this week. So 30 seconds. Ready? Go.
I can't close my eyes, bro.
Nah, leave your eyes open, brother. Never close your eyes, even when your eyes closed. All right, 30 seconds. Hopefully y'all got the plan. Whatever you just thought in your head, maybe write it down. Shoot, maybe write it down if you need to. But let's make sure that we're following through. Let's make sure that we're elevating on purpose, both with intention as well as doing what we're here to do. Our purpose on earth, the impact that we want to leave, legacy, however you define it, is on you. Strength and honor, onward and upward. You know what we do. We get to the bag with integrity, of course. And Bez, take us out, man. What we got? Take us out for the show.
Listen, enjoy y'all weekend. Have a beautiful, amazing day. Just always have a positive mindset. You know, things ain't gonna go as planned. That's life. But as long, what better mindset to have than a positive one, regardless of what happens. I'm headed home for the weekend to Houston. Jersey is home, but I live in Houston right now, so it's always a good one with this. So
heading home,
stay
bro.
out, beautiful people.
Y'all heard it from Bez, the legend, the God, Bez G. The G stand for God. All right, yeah, we'll see y'all on Monday, and stay tuned. We may jump on that Instagram live over the weekend or tonight. We're doing a Claire talk. We got a couple shows we're recording this weekend, so see y'all on Monday. Ooh, and make sure you hit that like if you didn't already. 11-11, hold on, the Ja roll, 11-11. Everyone have a safe, positive, productive day. Yeah, we missed the 11-11, but glad that you pointed that out. All right, we'll see y'all soon. Ooh.